Hey, what's up, guys? Make sure my mic's on. Yeah, I was gonna try and go to bed early because I'm tired, but I couldn't get comfortable. So now we're here, uh, drawing, uh, before um, before I sent out the message to the peeps, um, before 80s, watching The Naked Gun. So if you want to check that out, that's going to be at 11. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off before then for sure, uh, or I'll stop at 11 because I don't want to compete. Hey LDP, what's up, brother? Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. I couldn't find. I didn't want to go get my hat, so I just put the hood up. I don't want you guys get a glare from this dome. So that's everybody. I put the call out to the peeps. So definitely. I didn't plan on staying up that late, but if I am going to be late, then I would hop on 80s and draw there too. So I don't even have my art stuff out. So let's go. Let's get some tunes on. So what I did, downloaded 2Mellows Mind Streaming album. Really cool. As in terms of music that you can upload, it only is 30 megabytes. So you can't do a whole album as one track. So you have to separate it. So we'll get this playing. And then we'll see how we'll keep that going. We already got someone in the back. Odin, what is up, my man?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I can only hang out for a bit. I'm watching Naked Gun on 80s channel.
Yeah. My plan was I was trying to go to sleep, and then I couldn't. So now we're here, and if I'm not tired, I'm gonna hop on there too. So
Nice. Yeah, no, that's gonna be fun.
yeah, we started getting up early with the kiddo because she starts school next week. So 8:30 came around, and I was falling asleep in my chair watching TV like an old man.
Man, school comes fast. Seems like
Yeah, she's starting
summer just
preschool.
Oh yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
a fun age, man. That's kind of like you're just at the tail end of my favorite age for kids.
yeah, she's a
Toddler
hoot.
age is my favorite.
Yeah, she's a hoot. She's such a little person now. It's scary.
Yeah, no, that's why I love that age so much. Is because they do all this precocious, like trying to talk like adults do, and it just everything they say is funny. Even when they're being little brats, it's still funny, and it's hard not to laugh. So I love that age. I remember the girl's mom; she did not like that age that much. So that age, and I really like the age they are now. My girls are in that preteen, teen area where I can finally like watch cool stuff with them and not feel like a bad dad. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, now you can finally start sharing the real stuff with them.
Yeah, no. Well, like Stranger Things came out, and we all loved that. Like that was perfect for them because all their friends were watching it, and I enjoyed it. So, things like that. Like,
yeah, it's always cool when you could do stuff with the.
You like this? Let's watch some John Carpenter.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, you'll be there soon. Well,
yeah, that's gonna come eventually. Fast. Yeah.
Enjoy all the moments. Every age is different. So.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Pretty neat. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time. She's our one and only, so I'm enjoying the time that we got.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I got the first kind of rough demo lettered page from James on the first page of Unconditional Shove. So,
oh, nice.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. James gonna do the lettering for you?
Yeah, James doing the lettering. Probably gonna go with his colorist who did Bastards. Right now I have the guy working on the covers, so see how that goes.
That's awesome, man. It's all coming together, huh?
Shit's coming together, man.
Now I bet you there's, now that James is doing the lettering for you and you have somebody lined up for colors, do you feel like a little bit of a weight is lifted off your shoulders?
Sort of, except for it's like now it's like really happening. So
Yeah.
there's a real anxiousness about it. So Wednesday night, I'm going to be a busy boy going on Lord Crackhead's channel to show the book. Yeah.
Cool, man. That's
and then
awesome.
at 1 a.m. on Wednesday, 1 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to be with Justin Belmont on the High Stream.
Okay.
Hanging out with those guys talking about the book. So now it's like, oh shit, we're doing this. It's like a fucking political campaign. You're like,
Right.
next stop, Iowa. You know? Go kiss some babies.
That's cool, man. Congrats, dude. I'm glad. It seems like everybody's welcoming your stuff with open arms, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
It is really cool, and that's the big fear that it's not going to get a good reception, or and as good a reception as it can get, it's always going to be short of what you want on the first one, and so I'm trying to temper expectations, but it is nice to get a good reception and that people are excited. I like
That's
that.
good. That's
Makes
good,
me
man.
happy.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to change my camera. I'm not going to worry about adding the second one to the stream.
What are you working on?
I'm working on the page 2 of the. So I kind of kick some ideas around. Let's pull that up. Let's see how well it's going to show up. I'm using the light table too. So.
Was that the one you were working on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the blue lines done. Now I'm just doing the inking on this second page. And I convinced my wife to get a scanner printer that does large format, which is awesome.
Yeah, as long as you can get 11 by 17 on there, it's. I'm like, that's all I need. Anything bigger, I'll go to Kinko's Kinko's, FedEx. I don't know. Is there even Kinko's anymore? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's FedEx Kinko's.
I think it just became FedEx Kinko's, yeah, or Office Depot or somewhere. I have large print stuff because I had some. It's the largest Bristol I could find. I got some 19 by 24.
Okay.
And so I've got a bunch of drawings on this like weird size, and you can never find frames for it. It's just why they made that the largest Bristol you can get. I don't know, but I was doing an art show at this bar, and so I drew just a bunch of like Marvel, DC characters and stuff like that because I wanted to sell the original art.
Cool. So Dragon Pisces says, so just earned $100. I'm saving the 75, so I got 25 to back a book right now. Should I back ESOM or Shove? I'm gonna say Shove because Eric July doesn't need your money.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
Eric
And
July
what I
does not
hope
need
you would say as well. Not just because Eric July doesn't need your money, but also because Dragon, it's me, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Do a brother a solid, man. Well, the thing is, that 25 is going to come and go. Like, Shove isn't, you're not going to be able to back it until Halloween anyway. So,
yeah.
I'll go get Isom and then make sure you have $25 around Halloween. Of course, I don't know what the price point's going to be. I haven't set that yet, but it'll be around that.
Is that better? No, it's not better.
And I will say, mine will have a higher page count, I'm pretty sure. I didn't look at Isom and what it was, but I think mine's higher page count.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 30 or 40 or what's it, 50?
Yeah, I kind of thought it was in the 48 range or something like that.
Okay. It's still more than an average book, which is nice.
I am like a close friend, Dragon, and
yeah.
You know what? Think about it this way, but like you're like a little brother to all of us, you know, because you are younger, but like we love teaching you the ropes and you know, try to like grow you up and teach you how to be a man. Like, so it's beyond friendship. It's like mentorship.
Yeah.
But no, like at the end of the day, man, we all appreciate you, and you do with your money whatever you wanted, really. But I would be most graciously happy if you did get my book when we're ready to launch.
Trying to see if I had you here. There you are. But I'll shoot you a link too if you want to hop in and shoot the shit dragon. I'm gonna be drawing tomorrow too. Around it'll be 11 o'clock my time. So within an hour tomorrow, I'll be doing. I'm gonna try and stick to that schedule of doing it every Tuesday.
Right. Yeah, I may or may not be able to make it tomorrow. Got an old friend hit me up and he was like, "Hey, we should hang sometime." And I'm like, "Man, I'm busy this week. Tuesday is probably my only night to get together." So
okay,
but that could fall through. Yeah. So don't be afraid to shoot me the link. I'll definitely make it if I can.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Well, I love doing it. So if I don't come, it's not because I don't want to. So,
I know we all got stuff going on, man. You know, sometimes I just don't even feel like doing it.
Well, there's also that, but
I'm like, do I want to stream? I had a long day, man. I think I'm just gonna chill out and watch TV or play games and hang out with the fam or something. You know, so that's what I'll do.
Well, the thing about my situation, so I'm not married, and I get my kids mostly on weekends. So most of the time during the week, I'm like, yeah, I want to hang out. Like, I gotta want some interaction that isn't work related. You know?
Yeah. We'll see how that. I'm hoping that other 6-page story comes through.
Oh yeah, did you see my first image for that?
I did.
Cole the Conqueror. Yeah, that just kind of came up. I didn't know much about it. I still don't. But they're like, "Hey, you want to do a?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can handle 6 pages a wave right now. You know, if it was anything more, I'd probably turn it down because I just don't have time."
Yeah, same here. You know, I don't want to work on somebody else's 30-page book. I'd rather work on my own.
Right. Well,
You know?
exactly. You know, I mean, if there was decent money there, I would do it. So for me, I'm getting however they decide to break down the funds. You know, because it'll all go to me. Because I'm even lettering that one because it's all going to be on the scroll.
Nice.
So I'm just going to do everything on that.
What's going on, brother?
Shit, Callahan Auto.
Yeah.
Looks like
I was going to type a message. You guys were talking about, working on these cocks, and I was like, that's how dudes do each other.
Yeah.
That's how these dudes do
Working
each other.
on other dudes' cocks. That's what I was getting at. That was the joke, but then you got me on the show. I was just like, oh man, ruined my joke.
Well, I'm telling you right now, at least at the moment, I'm
Yeah.
only working on my own cocks.
No, well, hey, sometimes you got to do your own maintenance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go. Sometimes you got to treat yourself.
Very true. Yeah, you got to treat yourself right.
Or abuse yourself, however you want to look at it.
It's not abuse if some part of you likes it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, hey, what's up, you duplicitous pony lover?
I don't know that was going.
That shit was dirty. You were trying to like blame Eric Grant for loving ponies, and it was you the whole time.
It was you the whole time.
Yeah, and then he's like, man, I got double fucked. They raped me into watching the show. I didn't know there was ponies. The whole fucking thing starts with ponies, man.
All along.
I know. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was fun.
That was hilarious.
It is weird how I went from like a failed comedian to like a walking joke.
Yeah.
Well,
It went fast.
It's the age we live in.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
Yeah,
One misstep and you're canceled.
Yeah, you're all
Well, you're not canceled.
Well,
you're
it's
not canceled. We love you. You can come on anytime. Nobody hates you.
It's fine.
But,
It's fine.
You are going to get shit on the show. Like
You're
it's
gonna
not
get
even going to be me. The chat is going to put you through the ringer, DP.
Yeah.
Well,
I was just joking.
Well,
Yeah.
he attacked Eric Grant about it, like out of the blue. He was just like calling him brony, and then like Eric's like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And like Eric left, and then we found out the whole time, man. DP was just on a recruiting warpath. He was trying to get people. Yeah. So what's up, fellas? What are you guys up to?
Well, I was
I've
drawing.
drawing. I see that. I clearly see the drawings. But
What a dumb question. Then.
yeah, no, I got that. As soon as I said, I knew I was going to get shit for that one.
Well, I was gonna say drawing until we watched Naked Gun.
Yeah, very, very true. Very true.
Yeah,
so and it, even
to-
more. What?
I was trying to hit the sack, man. I just couldn't get comfortable with sleep. So I'm like, I guess I'll draw some. And if I stay up, I'll jump on Naked Gun too.
Yeah. Well, see, one, I was hanging out this morning. I was watching Sugar Chris's show, and like I didn't know he was like trying to watch the show, but then I figured out he was trying to get us to call him Naked Gun because he always comes on the show in the middle of the night naked, and he's polishing his guns. So he was out of the blue, he, like I said, hey, what's going on? Because he had a morning show. And he's like, oh man, I'm mad at you. You're watching Naked Gun without me. And I think he was trying to get us to call him Naked Gun. I figured that out pretty quickly. Because then he quickly changed the subject too. And then Sim caught on. Sim thought it was funny.
We can call him Naked Gun.
You're gonna call him Naked Gun apparently.
Oh, here. I don't think you can see it, but we'll see.
What's going on, man? Oh yeah, I know that there's pencil on the paper.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make out something, but I couldn't really guess what it is.
Until I put ink on it, you won't know. But it's a surprise. It's a Naked Gun tribute drawing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
the Sugar Chris kind of Naked Gun.
Oh, cool. Oh, Sugar Chris? That'd be
Yeah.
legit.
He's got a dress. He's got a moonshine.
Oh
gun,
man!
He's got two guns blazing with
You
shells.
saw it, like I know, like I was. He thinks I was breaking his balls about the toy thing, but like he's like kind of into it, and like he keeps saying, "If I can make money at it."
The more he says he's not, the more you see like his hamster in his brain,
right? And
running that wheel, going like
it.
that.
Yeah, he ended it the other day. He was like, "Well, if I can make money at it," that's all he said. Yeah.
Well, he's a working man,
Yeah, he gets it. I was like, at some point, I mean, like, nobody wants a self-insert book, but like, nobody wants a garbage book. Like, this whole thing is fun based on chat lore, and it's not really a self-insert unless he really does all that shit, and then it's just fucking hilarious because it's degenerate.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was Mo who said it would work best as a
Comic strip,
which I think is correct.
right? Right, and I wasn't really thinking like a whole book. Like, you'd have to like do a whole story. It'd have to be a whole thing, and it's a lot of work, a lot of resources. And you're right, like, who's gonna buy that? But like a little comic strip, it'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
Because like you don't even have to print it; you could do the whole thing digital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a fun stream. And because of DP's degeneracy and his trickery, he was trying to trick everyone. The show went 6.5 hours, so I could not edit the boobs out, so the stream is privated. And it was one of the funnier streams we had, man. Like, we ended it. There's like over 200 views when we ended it, and normally I get like 50 or so more throughout the week, on those views. But so just like, damn, like, did we hit the number that we end up usually at the end of the week? Yeah, it was a good show, man. It was a fun show.
Yeah, lots of likes, lots of people in and out.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun.
Had some estrogen.
Yeah. I mean, that obviously, I think that pushed us over the edge.
That does help. It never hurts.
Unless
they're fucked up or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no, definitely having a fun time. And I was just telling my wife today, I said, this is not ending. I mean, this is what I do now.
Only just begun.
Yeah, and then I was trying to explain to her because she doesn't get it. And I was like, just think of this as like clearly we're not. So I'm like not trying to compare that, but like if you were to make a comparison to like all the little circles of CG and stuff, we would probably be more like the Howard Stern section. And I was trying to explain to her that way, and she was just like, I still don't get it. I watch your show, and I don't get it.
But does she listen to Howard Stern?
No, she doesn't do that either.
So she has no basis of reference.
No, but she was not getting like why people watch us.
Well, yeah, I often don't get that either. But
no, honestly, I don't either. I don't either because like I have a
I
good
mean, I know I'm having fun, and it seems like the chat's having fun. So
Yeah.
why
Oh,
not?
Eric Grant's here.
Oh.
Eric Grant says,
Oh,
damn
damn,
you,
you
Dragon. I'll never forgive you.
I
Yeah.
will never forgive you.
I brought up as soon as I popped in.
Oh, he
there.
found you. You thought you
The
could hide on
duplicitous
JBot
pony
channel.
lover, man. Yeah, DP.
Yeah, he's never
Yeah,
gonna
damn
forgive
ponies. Gonna get it all. Yeah, Eric Grant found you. You're never gonna get away from this.
me. To be fair, I haven't seen the show in like years.
That's
All right.
okay. That's okay. But we're gonna go back to out of the blue. No one was talking about it. You cited Eric Grant. You accused him of some broniness.
That's
and-
the biggest insult. Is that
yeah.
you
Like
fuck
it's
with
one, it's a
Eric
big insult.
for no
But I
reason.
figured it
Oh,
out. Figured it out. It was a recruiting method because he was explaining how he was recruited, and it seems a little rapey. and then he did refer to it as being double fucked, but it definitely
Right.
seems a little rapey.
He's got a
Like,
backpack
you
full
kinda
of
like
Axe
jumped
body
into
spray and dildos.
Yeah, just like bro rape, exactly the same thing. Hey man, let me show you this video. It's really cool. video that we got.
It's all good.
He's like, I didn't know there was ponies in it. I was just like, are you fucking serious? I've seen a TV show. It pretty much tells you what's going on
starts
in the
with
opening
ponies
song in every show.
Wait. You seen the show?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you wait.
I have,
know
but
it
I have
existed
daughters
when I
of
was a
that
kid.
age.
So there was two things that existed when I was a kid, that you would go to people's houses and like the girls, the little sisters would always have it on, and it would be the Strawberry Shortcake and My Little Pony. So I kind of got what was going down, but I didn't sit down and watch it. Like we played with GI Joes and we fought swords and shoot guns in the backyard. Like we had them guns that were like water guns that looked real, and you put batteries in them, and then they would like motorize shoot.
Yeah.
Like so
No
we
one
played
raped us
Rambo
to
and shit.
play
All right.
Yeah.
GI Joes.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're talking about the OG My Little Pony, like the '80s one.
Yeah, that's all that I know existed. I didn't know that they made a new one that you
They-
were
they did.
involved in.
That's the one that a lot of people consider as good.
Yeah.
Well, some.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're here to make fun of it. We're not here to talk about how good some people think it is.
Okay. All right.
And Grant says, never be alone.
True fans like this.
Yeah, he's like, true fans like this. It's like, we're not trying to make this thing cool.
There's
All right,
actually
fine.
two factions. There's the 80s
He's
faction.
like,
there's
you're talking about that old school bullshit 80s version. Like, you haven't even seen this new shit.
It's not even brony stuff.
Yeah, he's like,
That
shit,
old
that's from
crack.
the
You need to
80s.
get this new crack, is what you
Yeah.
smoking,
Yeah.
though.
That shit from the 80s, that's not brony. No, man, you don't even know. Yeah, I was like, no, I know what drug dealers do. They try to get you in with that free taste.
You need to
Tell me how
smoke those
cool
new
it's gonna be.
rocks.
I've
Not
been
the old
around.
rock.
Yeah. Just saying. I mean, crack is cool, but you know, and everyone has their own version of crack, but brony shouldn't be it.
Yeah, it's probably not the best. Find another vice, man.
Yeah.
Or, I was wondering, I was
like
like,
excessive
how do you
masturbation
play- how
would be
does he
better
play
than being a
this?
brony.
if he would have just owned it from the beginning,
Yeah. Oh
he
yeah.
would have got a lot of shit, but we'd be like, whatever, and just let it go.
Right. Yeah.
Every once in a while, bring it up, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Mo would have definitely brought it up like all the time. It would have been great. But
Well,
even
he's-
the funnier
he's-
part.
Gonna anyway. So
No, that's true. But the funnier part was not only that he's like accused Eric Grant, but then he's like, hey guys, wouldn't it be really funny if like this character here was like this thing and like trying to make fun of it? And I was just like, no. I remember putting that toy on a bag when I worked at Target. No. And sure as shit, we Googled it. And then so did Mo. And it's like, no. And that's when we had him. Red-handed. You had your hand in the cookie jar.
Red-handed. And
the
Chris
slightly-
Hansen is what I wanted to talk to you.
slightly change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I draw this sugar drawing, I
Yeah.
do want to put butternut and butterbutt.
That is great. Yes.
So it's gonna be
and
butternut.
What we're saying is that there should be his stallion. Now he's going to have two stallions.
Well, Butterbutt will be his stallion, but his stallion's always getting mounted and raped by Butternut. So Butterbutt's always getting Butternut raping it.
I mean, like I kind of expected something like that, but just the way it came out of your mouth very calm, like it was normal conversation.
Well, with us,
This is serious shit, man.
Very true, but he's like, yeah, he's always getting mounted and raped. It's fine.
It's no big deal.
Good times. Yeah, no, that's gonna be fucking hilarious. Hilarious. It's gonna be great. And I think like because you've seen Suga's morning opening, right?
I don't think I've ever caught his opening.
Yeah, the opening, like he actually has like pictures of like that people have drawn of him in the dress, like with the guns and the whole thing. But like,
What?
yeah, but they're not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's even funnier that he denied it all this time. On his show, he actually like plays it. It's like this like heavy metal hard rock music, and there's like at least two, I think two. There's definitely one solid picture of him in a dress with guns. And then I think there's two of them at least where people have drawn them.
Well, shit, that makes mine less cool.
No. These yours will be better. Yours will be better, especially since you're adding in the ponies. his My Little Stallions.
Little stallions.
Yeah, because they're boy ponies, so I'm going to assume they're stallions.
They're studs.
Oh man. Yeah, this is too funny.
They're breeding studs.
Yeah.
I'm reading for
Butternut is
pop
anyway.
in and be like, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah, like who's watching us? They're like, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah,
I
no,
thought this was a cool draw stream.
He's gonna screen it and not even show up. He's gonna be like, I ain't going in this shit.
Yeah.
Let's see, what am I doing here? Naked Gun. Yeah, so let's see, what is this?
So I gotta edit some things. I'm thinking about using when people come into the chat, doing that the clipping the Dave Chappelle Rick James where he's like Charlie Murphy and punches him in the fucking forehead.
Nice. Yeah, I knew you were saying you were clipping some Chappelle show, and I was like, I forgot till you just mentioned it. I was like, yes, I want to see this.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
You have any ready or just working on it?
No. What I did is I record them on my iPad, then I'm gonna clip them and then airdrop them to my Mac, and then I'll edit them from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime I try to screen record on the Mac with programs, I don't get audio, but I can just do it no problem with the iPad. It's just that time.
So what you had to do, I had to download a patch to make it work, and so and then you have to change it all the time, and then change it back, and it's not really a pain in the ass like once you get it. But the first time I did it, I forgot to change it back. So the computer changed itself, and then all of a sudden, like the entire show, I was using the webcam microphone, and so for some weird reason, it ended up correcting itself halfway through the show. So like the first half of the show, I sounded like I was talking to a tin can, but I said, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?" Everyone's like, "Yeah, no problem." Not like, "Yeah, we can hear you, but you sound like shit." And then like halfway through the show, whatever, somehow the computer just fixed itself, and then I sounded good the rest of the show, and I realized that was the problem the next time I tried to do it. But yeah, because you got to go in, I forget what it's called. But it's like I had to do this like patches and add some things that I had to watch a YouTube video on it. It wasn't, I can't even do it again if I tried, but now I just know that I have to go into my settings, go under audio. When I screen record, I have to change the input and the output for the speaker and the microphone, and then it's a screen record, and then it does it perfect, and there's no issues.
Okay, check that out.
Yeah, I don't know what you were using before, but honestly, I just YouTubed it, and then it works now. But it's just remembering to put it back. And then when you do it, you have no volume control. You click under your volume, and it's like it shows full volume, and it's not. It's not. It's like whatever volume you had it before you stopped, but it shows full volume, and then it's like opaque. You can't, or translucent or whatever, and you can't adjust it until you switch your settings back.
Okay. Yeah, the iPad, you just swipe in the corner and then hit record. And
that's
3,
pretty
2,
legit.
1, and then it records. And you could mute the whole. You could lower the volume all the way down, and it'll still record the audio.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
of
cool.
the clip. And then I just do airdrop it. And it's
okay.
so easy, man.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Yeah, on the Mac, I mean, once I figured this thing out, and it took I had to download a couple things, and I just, like I said, I just followed the YouTube video, and then it was fine. And then it's just those two settings. Like every time you just have to go in, and it's no big deal. Because I've been doing it a lot lately. And then the only thing is I got to then throw them in my movie maker, edit it so that I can add it into StreamYard. And then when I do that, Like if it's a older clip on a 4:3 image, so you got the perfect square and you got the bars on the side. Once I put it in Movie Maker, it makes it full widescreen. So when I add it into the StreamYard, it's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, I was sitting here. I'm like, I'm not used to being on other people's streams too often, so I'm like, where's all my fun stuff? I was going to show you, but I was like, I don't have fun stuff over here.
I got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I added a few new things, and then because we had Piper on Saturday, and she mentioned that like the way our show goes on Saturdays, she might be able to pop in other Saturdays. So I did find another Simpsons clip for bringing a broad on the show.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a good one. It was I don't know if you ever saw the episode where I don't know, it was like I don't know if it was a clip episode or one of the Halloween episodes. I don't remember what it was, but it was black and white. Marge comes to talk to Burns and Smithers, and they're going to take her to Kong Island, and it's Homer.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, so that opening, I just brought it because it's fucking hilarious, and and Smithers goes, "Women and semen don't mix."
Yeah.
and then Burns goes, "Shut up! I know what you're thinking."
Yeah.
So I clipped that to add women on the show.
That is a great one.
Yeah.
But that whole episode, I just remember I was pretty young when it first aired, but that was back when The Simpsons was killing it and just amazing.
Yeah.
But that whole episode, Homer was Kong, and he just kept like eating people.
Yeah.
And it was just cracking me up. And then he's going to climb the Empire State Building. He's like winded before he even gets like 2 feet off the ground. He's like, like maybe if you ate more vegetables and not as much people.
Yeah, no, it was a good episode. That was fun.
Well,
it's been great. So I mean, I used to watch all this stuff when I was in, obviously it's the earlier stuff. So when I was younger,
yeah,
and I remember a lot of it. But then my kids been watching them, so like I keep hearing like these funny clips, and I'm like, oh, got to go to YouTube right now. Like I need this, and then I'm going to add it to the show.
We're keeping that one.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, there's been a bunch of them, but then there's been stuff I haven't even clipped out yet. But I'm working on. Oh, and then like every time Chris Fisk's in the chat now, he mentions that Family Guy. I think it was a Family Guy episode, but it was Sean Connery's James Bond, and he says like 50 no's and 1 yes is a yes.
Oh yeah.
So he's been saying that like pretty much every time we're talking about creepy and degenerate stuff, he mentions it. So I got that clip for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that quote came from. So it was an actual Sean.
Well, he kept saying 48. He kept saying 48 no's, and that's why I was like, I just remembered it because it was just a weird number, and like I had never seen the episode, and so I Googled it. Literally, I said 48 no's and a yes, and it automatically comes up to this clip here. 50 no's and a yes is a yes from Family Guy.
Nice.
Yep. So I figured I'd bring that to him because he seems to enjoy that one.
One of the reasons why Chris is so funny to have on stream is he laughs at everything.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he's got plenty of funny shit to say.
Oh, he's such a good dude, man. Like,
oh yeah, he's the best.
Really, like, I think he's got like a heart of gold and wicked smart.
Yeah, heart of gold, a tongue of fury.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're gonna get that tongue.
He'll say some fucked up shit.
That's how dudes do each other. So,
yeah.
And so then I tell my wife about the Odin lore, about how like people come to the show and they're simping for Odin, and that we were gonna put your face on a shirt and say simping for Odin, and then on the back it's gonna say that's how dudes do each other. And I tell my wife, and she like doesn't get it at all. Like it's not funny. I'm like, but it's fucking funny because like they literally say that they only come to the show because of Odin. so it's funny. It's simping for Odin, and she's like, yeah, I get it. It's not funny.
That's why you love hanging out with us so much. She doesn't laugh at any of your jokes, does she?
Yeah, I know. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I say anything, you guys laugh. I'm like, yes, I'm friends for life. I'm no dummy. My wife doesn't laugh at shit. So, I was talking like, comic book talk. I was just like trying to, just spout out some ideas and stuff. And she fucking fell asleep on me.
Oh,
I was just like, yeah, but she's on fairness. She'd been out drinking all day. But two, she's on like, she switches schedules every couple days. So like, she could do a morning, shift where she's on for like 12 hours and then she's off. And then the very next day, she's got to stay up all day long and then she's got to work at night. And so it switches. So it's not like, the sleep is pretty consistent over there, which is why I stream late as fuck. And everyone's like, you're crazy. I don't know how you do it. And I said, well, I did it for 6 years with like crazy schedules. And then if our shit broke underway, there was an entire week I didn't go to sleep. It was an entire week. Like we're talking like 10-minute cat naps, if that. A lot of energy.
Brutal.
Oh yeah, brutal. Like I actually got to a point where I was drunk, delirious, and they made me go to sleep. They were like, it doesn't matter what they say, you've got to go to sleep. Because like I was like, I was talking like I was drunk, but I clearly wasn't, and I'd been up like I think it was like close to 9 days, but not exactly. And we're talking like the most amount of sleep was like maybe 5-10 minutes.
Damn. Yeah. No, you're gonna be delirious at that point.
Oh yeah. No, I was like, I remember I was like laying on the floor. We're in the middle of the ocean, where doing underweight stuff. So like laying on the floor like you're an idiot is not something you're supposed to be doing. And I grabbed a sleeping bag. I remember grabbing a sleeping bag, and I was like laying on the floor, and this other broad was on watch, and she was like laughing at me, but then I was just telling stories, like just like a typical drunk dude. She fucking recorded it. Played it back. Like I was just like, get the fuck out of here. And it looked like if you didn't know any better, you thought I was drunk.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah, I've seen people up for long periods of time, and it's worse than drunk. You actually.
Well, I know, like there's a point you could die.
Well, there's definitely a point you could die, but usually your body will just shut down before that happens.
Yeah. Get this ready for the show.
I don't know if you read JBot, but I said in a comment that I'm starting college this Friday.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, but until then, I have to watch or take a certain online class. It's kind of gay. It's a how not to sexually assault class.
So you should watch Bro Rape before you go to that class.
You should show it to the whole class. Be like, I already learned all about that.
I already watched the video, guys. Here it is.
I watched the documentary.
Yeah,
I know.
This is how not to do it.
Yeah, I was like, you guys got some Natty Ice and GameCube, big black dildos. Yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous. Like, and that was the thing. Like, I can't imagine it being in colleges and shit. But like, to me, that was the most ridiculous thing. Like in the Navy, is like, pretty much if anytime somebody got in trouble for something, it wouldn't matter what part it was, or who it was, or their age level, or rank, training. There would also be like some kind of sensitivity training or sexual harassment training, or don't abuse alcohol training, like anything. Like it wouldn't fucking matter. It was just constant, and it was just like ridiculous. And then there was like mandatory yearly trainings, throughout the entire Navy. But then we get the extras if people screwed up.
That happens. That's happened at my job too. Like it happens on the other. Because I remember this one chick. She like sued the company because she got harassed or some shit.
So gay.
So
she's probably
the company. Oh, she definitely was. She was. Yeah. Nobody was harassing
those.
her.
Yeah, right. Those are the ones that complain, because the hot ones have never complained my entire existence of working.
No, they love the attention. What this girl got was like, she didn't get any attention, so she had to manufacture it.
Right. And that I've seen so many times.
In my mind, I can't say it. I'm just guessing.
Mind, yeah. To
Allegedly.
Be fair,
I'm guessing nobody was sexually anything with this lady. But
to be fair, that land whale wasn't getting any.
This fucking hippo, man. She was not getting harassed.
Yeah.
No. But then we had to do this training because our HR lady shows up, and all day long we're getting it just beat over the head with you don't, and be careful what you look at online. Don't share the wrong emails and all this other shit. Right. Whatever. Do what I want.
Well, that created a thing too, and like that whole sexual harassment stuff, like it did cause lots of issues while I was in the Navy, of like everybody being afraid to say certain things, like this, especially with like broads. Like they have, everyone is required to the same, similar regulations, but then obviously broads have different things, hair and, they can wear earrings, but it's got to be a certain thing. Like there's a whole thing of it, but like the men chiefs and men superior ranking, anybody enlisted or officers would almost always give broads a pass, because it turns into that, like, if I say the wrong thing, they're going to say I sexually harassed them. So then they get a pass until then all of a sudden then like a female chief would come on, and then she would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with your hair?" And it would turn into like some crazy shit. And it would every time.
Why didn't anyone do anything? Well,
right.
Same reason I can't challenge you, because
it's the same shit. And like, and then with that whole thing, so they used to call me Shipwreck on the boat. That's a cool fucking nickname.
That is a cool
coming
name.
Out of GI Joe, and then getting that as a nickname, and everybody called me that. And then it was literally because I was always fucking up, but like not enough to get in trouble where I'm like in trouble. It was just enough to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, kind of thing. And so it was, and I remember this one time, man, you know how I run my mouth, especially, I don't care about certain things, but I was talking about this. There was this Mexican broad. She was new to the boat, but I'm breaking her balls. I kept calling her a lazy Mexican and shit. Well, it happened to be our captain at the time. Like, he looked white as hell, but his last name was Sanchez. And so he's coming up the thing, once your captain's coming up, you're supposed to say, attention on deck. You're supposed to move out of his way, stand at attention, and he'll be like, oh, carry on, whatever, say whatever, and leave. But I'm sitting there, I'm tossing big heavy boxes to this broad, and I'm like, come on, you lazy Mexican. And I was like, it's not fucking, sombrero time. We're not taking naps over here. It's not a fucking siesta. Like, I'm going off, but I'm having a good time. She's laughing. She is fucking laughing.
Right.
We're having a good time. But then his last name's Sanchez, and I'm screaming this, and he definitely did. He heard it, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, because then she's like, attention on deck, and I'm like, fuck. And he's like, oh, carry on, guys, keep going, blah blah blah. I was like, I don't know how I don't get in trouble. Really, because he was like one of those dudes. He was a stickler about a lot of things, like by the book. Like, and it was just one of them things, like, especially when you're doing racism sensitivity training all the fucking time. Yeah. That was a good thing. So, but anyway, there was this broad who got like a nickname put on her ship's jacket, but it was like, it wasn't pornographic, but like somebody took it weird. I don't know what it was, whatever it was. It was like something bear or something. And they took it weird, and then they reported it. It turned into a thing, and then she's like, so-and-so has this on their jacket. And then, because like there was a difference of like getting shipped nicknames and having that on your jacket or for your work center. But then the people were like saying some like weird ass shit from the internet and just giving it to themselves, and like that's what it turned into. And then there was a fear of sexual harassment because that one person's name, it kind of borderlined it. And then I ordered a jacket, I paid for it. It was supposed to say Shipwreck, and then they're like, well, you can't refund the jacket, you've already paid for it, we can't give you your money back, but you can't have that name anymore because the captain said. And I was just like, oh, that. So then
Captain said?
Yeah, the captain said. So I was just like, oh, great. So then they couldn't have my name. So then they said, by default, they're going to put your last name on there. And I said, okay, whatever. And then they gave it to me, and they spelled it wrong. And then they said,
how do you not know how to spell consumer?
Yeah, true story. Very true. And then they spelled it wrong. And then they were like, and then there's no refund. You can't send it back, you can't do anything. I was just like, that's awesome. And they said the best you can do is when we pull back into port, you can take it to the Orientals and have them fix it. But they wouldn't really fix it. They would just take it all out. Yeah, right. It was embroidered or whatever. And I was just like, this sucks. So then I just kept it. I just rolled with it. I said, you said I can't have a nickname, so I'm just going to walk around with the wrong last name, and it's no different. So I rocked it out of spite. And then the funnier thing is, like, I gave the jacket to my wife, like, when we got married. And so, like, she had her original one, had her last name on it. But then we got married, and I was already off the boat. I got out of the Navy, so I gave her the jacket. And then people were like, what the fuck? Really? They had no idea we dated that entire time. Yeah.
That's
And then,
hilarious.
yeah, and then like the first time that she wore it, and they called her name over the 1 and C as my last name. They were like, "Oh man, he's back on the boat!" Woohoo! Like people were excited. Like she called me about that. I was just like, "Oh, it sucks, man. I wish I didn't get out." Yeah,
You had your simp club like I do.
yeah, I did. Well, I had a good time back then, man. I had a good time. Like I said, the whole shipwreck thing was just great.
All right, so are we switching over? We're gonna watch the movie now.
Yeah, we could switch over. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, you can keep doing whatever you're doing, but I do got to cut out because people are expecting the show.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go for it. I'll probably
be
be
there
over
soon.
there in a little bit.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, probably the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Drew's here. Well, cool. What's up, Drew?
Drew, what's up, man? Thank you for the compliment as well.
Yeah.
You're not complimenting my beautiful face or my wonderful attire that's looking sharp. Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to have a little break before I jump on 80, so I'm going to bust out. But
Sounds good, man. Thanks for stopping
All
by.
right.
it's looking really good, JBot. That is looking awesome. So,
Thanks, man. I'll probably pop on over
Sure.
there in a bit.
Mhm.
Cool. We'll see you soon, Dragon. Take care,
Oh
brother.
yeah, take care.
And we'll see you around. All right, later.
See us.
Yeah, Drew, if you want to hop on in for a little bit or whatever, too, feel free. So what you working on, Dragon?
Just my storyboards. I feel bad for not showing you, but it's on an iPad, and because I'm not the host, I can't show it to you. Like I found an app to where it lets me show what I'm working on the computer screen, but it doesn't work unless I'm the host of StreamYard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Keep working too low. I gotta fix this thing.
So what have you been up to lately?
Just working on this stuff, man. Just working on my comic.
Good day, hockey.
Hey, what's up, Hockey? How you doing, bud? I don't even know if you want to hop on, dude. I'll just shoot you the link if you want. I don't know if you're busy. I think this is like morning for them.
You never tell with Australians.
Because we always pass each other all the time, you know. We never get to hang out.
It's like we swirl one way and they swirl the other.
Right?
I think I recently had to I don't know, take a break from certain channels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm not quitting or anything. It's just that certain channels I agree, but it's just too much right now, and I'm starting to feel the effects. You know, the same thing how I felt about Geeks and Gamers and stuff like that. It's like I agree, but all you do is talk politics, and right now I'm at that phase to where I just want to hang out, and I just don't. I want to be more positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to know what's going on and hear things I agree and upset about, but every now and then it's like it drains you after a while.
Yeah. So it's just kind of just not necessarily negative, but it's kind of like a record just keeps playing. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but there are certain CGers that talk politics all the time, and I'm like you're a great person. I respect you and I agree, but I don't know. I just can't deal with the negativity. But that's just me.
Cool hockey. Yeah, I just sent you the link on Twitter if you want to hop on in, but if you don't want to, that's cool.
I've never seen hockey. Like
Never
his
seen
face.
hockey.
Like I never seen his face or.
I was about to say, no, you never watched hockey or seen hockey on TV before?
Oh! Of course I've seen hockey. My small. Okay, so it's funny thing. My small town, which is a small town in Texas, has a hockey hockey stadium. And I remember the first time I went, it was like, whoa, like, what's this? It was like, this is hockey, man. And it was fun. It was a fun time going there the few times I went. I just came back there recently, had to check on my grandma again.
Okay. Let's try this soft brush. It's not as fine as I would like it to be. Like this. Let's put a no skin brush. I think I like the hard brushes better. Hockey says I have a stream where I show my face all the time, plus on the Allie and Hockey show on Allie's channel.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has a neat song. A neat show called Pencils at Dawn, which is pretty neat. And I'll just have him tell you about it.
Hello.
What's
Yes,
up,
man?
man?
Hello. How are you? Welcome. This is my first time on your channel too.
Yeah, I know. I see you pop in, and we're always passing each other. And
I know.
this time I wasn't a dummy and remembered to send you a link.
Well, and usually you stream on my Wednesdays, which I'm generally on topicless on those days. So, yeah, unfortunately. But it's good to be here. I've just been drawing. I've had some commission work that I've been given, so I'm just working on that.
Cool.
Yeah, just doing things like that. So nothing too exciting, but just enjoying it. But yes, I do have a channel. I do a game show.
A
where
game show.
Game show. Yeah. So it's a drawing game show where so Pencils at Dawn is usually it's just two people, but I have done it with extras. Where we just get random prompts and we've got to try and draw it within a time limit. So
Trying to find your channel, but
It's pretty
all
fun.
all it's bringing up is the sport.
my channel is AdHockArt
Oh, AdHockArt.
with a K as well. So
There's some links in the channel. I'm slacking as a host right now.
yeah. So
Oh, I see it.
and
So
yeah, so that's AdHockArt. And then I sometimes do some other things, but mostly I do the game show. I've been on a bit of a break the last couple of weeks from the show. I just haven't gotten any guests. Not that I have people that don't want to come on. It's just that I've been a little bit lazy about saying, "Oh, come on this week," or so I was just going, "Oh, I'll just sit out for a little bit." Just been working on some things anyway, so it's all good.
That's good. Keep you busy.
yeah.
Yeah, just trying to keep busy anyway. So
Did I make you a wrench, Dragon?
I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me see. No, you haven't.
Oh my god. drop Hockey's link because you found his channel up quicker than I did.
Yeah, I can do some things.
And I'm because it pops up in my stuff all the time. But trying to search it is a no-go. But yeah, and he's like, how many rounds do you do? You do like 3 rounds or something on that hockey?
Usually it's 3 rounds. If there's ever a tie, which has happened, we'll go for a 4th tiebreaker round. So,
yeah, because each round gets shorter and shorter, right?
So yeah, the first 2 rounds are 20 minutes. The 3rd round is 10 minutes, and then if it is a tiebreaker, it's a 5-minute tiebreaker. And
So
the prompts, I don't know what the prompts will be. They're from an app that I use, Jazz's Arty Games app. So Jazza is an Australian YouTuber.
I know that guy, Jazza.
Yeah, Jazza. Yeah, so he created this app, and I use it. It's just got a bunch of random prompts, and yeah, it's good. It's good.
So pretty much you're trying to draw it, and the chat decides what's best.
That's correct. Yeah. So I put a poll on, and the chat chooses who did it best. And I've only won 2 of them, which is fine. I actually maybe 3 now. I can't remember. But I beat Michael Bancroft and Dan Plagle.
Oh wow!
Wow.
I think I just hit the comedy mark a little bit with mine. A little bit better on those. So Plagle, I think, just wasn't in the zone. So, I don't know. Because he's a super quick artist. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a fun show. I enjoy it.
That's awesome. Welcome,
Yeah.
Drew.
Drew.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey,
Drew.
Muy bien, A2.
Bien, bien.
My language is not your costume.
Dragon
Actually,
Pisces in the flesh. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't speak Spanish. I
Oh,
get
you
a lot.
don't?
I get a lot of crap for that.
No, I don't speak Spanish either, man.
Yeah.
I'm from Orlando, and no, I do not speak Spanish, although I hear it all the time.
Yeah. My old man was like, because I grew up in on south side of Chicago, so it wasn't the best neighborhood, and there was a lot of the Spanish lords were very prevalent there. And I think part of the reason my dad didn't teach me, because if he taught me Spanish, they probably would try to recruit me, with my last name being a Hispanic last name.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Bot, yeah, Bot's very well known.
it is
Surname.
Yeah.
El Bato.
Robot.
And and then that too, he's like, we're in America. You're speaking American, man. You're speaking English.
You're speaking American.
Plus, he
spoken
hated,
like a true American.
yeah, he hated his time in Mexico. So
All right, I've never been on a stream with Hockey. Hockey, are you Australian, or are you just acting like you're Australian?
Well, people say that Australia doesn't exist, so you can make the judgment.
That's an authentic Australian accent if I've ever heard one. Do I sound like I'm in a Tupperware container, guys?
no, you sound good.
No, you
Yeah.
sound good. Yeah.
All right. That should not be. You know what? I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm sorry. You caught me. You always catch me. It's like these people like send me these links. Hey, join my stream. I'm like, I'm occupied. Gosh, I'd love to do it. Then I get on there and I see all these other people. I'm like, I feel like I'm not being let out to play.
Yeah, that's the toughest part. I'm like, I'm not gonna come on the stream. I'm just gonna chill out. Well, let me see what the guys are up to. And then you're like, I'm gonna go stream.
Yeah. Well, I was worried that I was gonna miss this because I saw that 80s was on here and he's about ready to do his watch stream. I was like, I wonder if they're just gonna go to right up to that and then go into his stream or not. So, but thankfully, you're still here.
Yeah, I mean, Hockey hopped on, and I was I at least wanted you to come on for a bit, Drew. So that's why I was like, okay, and it's not like Naked Gun's going anywhere. And
I've never actually seen a Naked Gun movie.
I've probably seen it when I was like 12 years old. That's about it.
I have seen like 2,000 movies, over 2,000 movies, yet never have I seen a Naked Gun movie. So weird.
Yeah, I don't remember much about him, and I think I was too young to understand the jokes anyway.
I think when I was old enough to understand the jokes, I didn't think they were that funny. So
It's
because-
slapstick comedy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I like slapstick comedy. I've seen a couple episodes of the original Police Squad, which is basically what Naked Gun is. It's this Police Squad, but turned into a movie.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like them.
I think
I haven't seen them for probably 25 years, but
Yeah. I think the fun of Naked Gun is that dude, Leslie Nielsen plays it straight.
yeah,
And I think that's the fun of it, is that how
Yeah.
ridiculous it gets. He's playing it straight, like it's real, like an actual like detective.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There's
I would have to concur. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just that it didn't hit me right. So
yeah, well, don't have to like it if that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's,
I probably would enjoy it more now than I did back then if I watched it. So.
well, I haven't seen it for 25 years. I may not enjoy it anymore, but I just had good fun memories.
Hockey, do you like Victoria Bitter? Is that like a real thing, or is that just a bankrupt thing?
I think it's horse piss, personally.
That's what I think about Bud Light. Where it's like, oh, Bud Light's the greatest. I'm like, no.
Bud Light's like drinking water, man.
No, it's like, well, I've had Budweiser and Bud Light, and I think Budweiser tastes like, not like horse piss. It's like, it tastes like rancid horse piss. It's like the horse piss is no longer fresh. So, but Bud Light, you're right. It's like, I don't know what it is, but people's like, oh, Bud Light, and it's like, yeah, no, I'd rather drink Coors Light.
Yeah. If you want to be hydrated, you drink Bud Light.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
I like German beers. I like Guinness is my favorite beer as well. And there's a few more expensive Australian beers. VB and Forex are the two main cheap beers in Australia, so they're kind of the most popular because they're cheap and they've been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But German beers I think are divine. So I generally go to the import section when I go to the bottle-o, and I'll pick up some imports. So.
My wife is half German, so she loves German beer.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law always drinks the most German beer you can possibly get.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm quite familiar.
Excellent. They just make good beer. They really do.
They do. They make lots of good things.
Yeah. I'm a quarter German, but that
Oh.
doesn't mean that I know anything about German.
Well, let's see. My father-in-law was adopted by a U.S. Air Force pilot, so
Oh, nice.
so he is actually full-on German, but he was raised as an American and does not sound German whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's fun talking to them about that. But he's still he's got German relatives that he talks to and jokes about and goes to pubs with over there. It's crazy.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. My grandfather who's German. He died probably that 25 years before I was born. So
Let me ask you this, because I love talking to Australians, because I always want to ask them if they get this reference. If I were to say to you, he must be dreaming, would you get that reference?
tell him he's dreaming. That's the actual quote. Tell him he's dreaming.
See, there you go. That's awesome. I have
from
an
a
old,
movie called The Castle.
exactly. I have a former, well, not really, but it's an acquaintance, a woman I used to know a long time ago. She's a stunt woman, but one of her favorite movies is The Castle, and she would always tell me how great The Castle is. You've got to watch The Castle, and I watch it, and I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. So
It is. It's an odd movie, but it's kind of it's kind of lovely as well. You know, they're just these laid back fellas and people and all this type of stuff, and all of a sudden they're just thrown into this turmoil, and yeah, it's just a nice story. So, telling he's dreaming. Had quite a few Australian actors in there. Eric Bana was in it for a little bit.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not remember that.
So Eric Bana is he's a comedian. That's what he originally started as. He was on this skit comedy show called Fast Forward. No, or was he on Full Frontal? I can't remember. One of the two. I think it might have been Full Frontal. So he started off his career as a skit comedian.
Really?
Yeah. And he, so you see some of these old things that he used to do, and you're just going, man, I remember when you started. And now he's doing like dramas and all this type of stuff. And
Tom Hanks used to be a comedian.
Yeah, a bit like Tom Hanks, but I don't know if Tom Hanks did he do skit comedy or did he do stand-up comedy?
He did situation comedies and he did stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever was on like an SNL type or Kids in the Hall type thing.
So Australia had a lot of skit comedy shows. We were kind of really liked them. I don't know if you guys know the English comedy like Hale and Pace, or what was the other one? Hale and Pace. There was, I think Benny Hill did a lot of skit comedy. The two Ronnies. So that type of comedy is what did well in Australia. So we had a few shows like that too.
I see. Very cool. So are you in the same area as Bancroft, or are you in a different part of Australia?
I'm in New South Wales. He's in Victoria. So it's the next state over.
Okay, cool.
Our states are quite large. So, so Australia is roughly the same size as the United States. But we only have what, 6 states and 2 territories.
Yeah, you're populated like Wyoming.
And our our population, I worked it out, there is 15 Americans to 1 Australian.
Okay.
But then again, our country is mostly inhabitable.
Uninhabitable or habitable?
Inhabitable. So we can't habitat because it's all desert.
Okay, so that would be uninhabitable.
Uninhabitable. Yes.
I might not be able to speak proper English, but I can at least speak American.
Uninhabitable. That's the word.
Like it's too hot?
It's just
like
desert.
you can't live there.
There's a lot of desert.
I don't know. Texas used to be kind of a desert, and we just brought air conditioning.
But Western Australia is our largest state, and I would say 95% of that is there's no one lives there. It's just barren.
So it sounds like we're in a club now, JBot.
Like this, this is too mellow. Mind Streaming Volume 1. I was trying to do the whole thing as one, the whole album as one track, but you only have each song has to be like a max of 30 megabytes.
Okay.
It's like, so I had to split the album in 2.
My idea almost worked.
Yeah.
Depends on how much quality you're willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, I just did mine in iMovie and then exported it as an audio file instead, and there's no way I could like compress it. So I was like, oh man.
All right, so I gotta figure out how tall I want one of my characters to be. So, I haven't figured that out. I think I wrote it down someplace, but I wasn't sure. So let me see how tall she is supposed to be in relation. This is all the boring comic stuff that you have to figure out
Oh,
where you start in earnest on this.
It's kind of what I was just doing for someone else.
For someone else.
Yeah, someone's commissioned me to do some design work and things. So yeah, so that's kind of what I was doing, just drawing these characters. So.
All right, so she's 5'8". All right, let's see here. What do you think? Do you think 5'8" is a good height?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so
I mean, depends on her personality too.
what do you mean? What does the personality have to do with how tall she is?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I just see, you know, I heard that in some when it comes to designing characters, that what they look like depends on, well, especially cartoon. I don't know. I heard somewhere like color or hair or just has something to do with their personality. Like, oh, she looks like she would act like that. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's more her look. You definitely don't want her to be like an Amazonian 6-foot warrior princess. So she's a little bit taller than her human form. So like she's like, I think her human form might be like 5'6". But I'm not drawing her human form. I'm drawing a different character. So I'm drawing because I told Dragon Pisces, yes, you over there, that I would do Zoe Brighton as my next character model. So so I'm trying to figure out how tall I want Zoe to be. So she's an astrophysicist and an astrobiologist. She's got 2 degrees. She's super smart, and she doesn't have any powers whatsoever. She's just trying to help put things back together. So I don't know. What are your smart people? What do their typical heights look like?
I don't know.
I'm thinking she should be 5'6".
And definitely
5'6".
shorter than
It's all average
than
height.
the babe.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe.
And maybe even shorter than the babe's human.
Yeah.
Or maybe they could be the same size. Maybe the same height.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. Probably like that. I think that works. Yeah. So it's like right up here. Okay, so that would if she's 5'8", then I gotta gauge this all out. This is what we get you rulers for, gentlemen. So okay. So how many inches is that? What is that? 5 is 60. 5 times 12 is
Damn it.
yeah, 5 times 12 is 5 times, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. You can tell I went to college.
I'm going to college.
Well, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
A smart woman, I don't believe it, says the Witch King. Oh, wow, a person about personality talking about personality.
Oh.
And 5'6" is slightly above average for a female. Okay, all right, there you go.
All right, Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King. Welcome. Hello.
All right, it's 60. Okay, so 68 inches tall is what she is. All right. So she's got orangish red hair. She's a firecracker. She's very smart, and she has personality. She's not the end all be all. She can't do everything by herself. I need to come up with some good flaws for her personality. I think one of those flaws is I think she's kind of she's not absent-minded, but I think she kind of gets tunnel vision because she gets really sucked into what she's doing. So, do you ever like whenever you're coming up with characters or ideas, do you ever like look at archetypes of other different stories that you like?
Yeah.
I think it's a good baseline. At least
Yeah.
give you someplace to start, and you could tweak it from there.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I was telling you guys I was watching the Next Generation first season, and I was talking to my wife about Yar, about Denise Crosby wanting to leave the show, and that's why they killed Tasha Yar off. Spoiler alert. So, but the fact of the matter is that the character was occupying a spot in the cast that really they had two characters for. So they had Worf and they had Tasha Yar, and both of them were the badasses, and so it's like they only really needed one badass, and so that was a big problem. And so her leaving actually solved that problem for them, and they didn't even realize they had the problem.
The problem I have is how she died. That was so terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when you decide that you just don't want to be in your contract anymore.
It was just a bad death. Oh my goodness.
The whole thing was kind of stupid, yeah. As Brent Spiner says,
glory.
she died at the hands of the Metamucil monster.
Yeah, she touched some ink and then died.
As all of us artists are very, very keenly aware of. All right, so I need to do 72. So do it.
That's one thing I don't think I will ever forget about reading Spider-Man 2099 when it first came out. They were talking in there. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. They used to print newspaper, print paper, the news on paper until they found out that that newspaper ink was giving people cancer." It's
funny.
like, oh. So like this comic I'm reading on newsprint is giving me cancer right now.
If it's a good comic, it will be worth it.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm risking my life to read Riri Williams right now.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Even the name Riri. I mean, why Riri?
It's almost like a joke, dude. It's like,
Yeah, I know. It's almost like they're trolling you. It's like they know that this character is an idiot, and they're trying to bait you into saying something that'll get you kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah. Riri.
And then they called her Ironheart. I mean, can you come up? Can there be a dumber name?
Did you know where the first name of Ironheart came from, or where the name came from? So I saw this on Clownfish TV, and turns out there's a Japanese sexual content, a porno, and it's called Ironheart. It's pretty much an Iron Man parody. And this was before Riri Williams was debuted in Marvel.
Yeah, it was like a year or two or something.
Yeah,
like that.
a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, after hearing that, I died laughing. It was like, dude, that's priceless.
And the trick about it was like, I think her design was better, which was interesting.
Oh yeah.
'Cause, the Japanese, they don't play around with stuff like that. Even, you know what I mean? Even if it's like a porn, it's like a softcore porn parody type thing,
Yeah.
They don't mess around with the design. It was very like Kamen Rider type, right up their alley. And so they designed the suit. She looked really cool. Like, you're like, hey, she looks pretty damn good. So then we'll see how she's gonna look in the MCU. She'll probably look worse.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So you guys think that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Okay. Well, if you want. Nah. If you not. Okay. I recently decided you know what, I'm just gonna see new movies if I hear if I think they're good. Not if I hear they're good, just if I'm interested. Like the new Black Adam, it looks terrible, but I am a sucker for Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate's my favorite in terms of DC heroes. I just find him the most interesting. So I'm gonna watch it for him. Not gonna guarantee I'll like it, but and after hearing the surprise that some people are saying that Prey is not terrible or it was decent. I'm going to give more movies a shot again, you know, just like, again, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to love it or adore it, but like, you know, I'm just going to get out of the house more. I just need an excuse to get out of the house more. And also, if it is terrible, I could use the confidence boost. No.
You should see movies that you find interesting, and don't let someone tell you to not see a movie. So
yeah,
you know, I mean, if you've got an axe to grind culturally, that's a different problem. So, and I think that there are a lot of people that they want to basically build social media platforms so they can bitch about anything. So you'll notice that, like, you know, even it's funny. Witch King says, "Nerd, you like Spider-Man?" Okay, sure. Well, lots of people like Spider-Man, but I like a lot of different characters. But anyway, but yeah, no, a lot of people like you'll even with my videos. It's like when I'm bitching about Spider-Man, those are the videos that get the most views. Like the most recent one, I didn't really eviscerate it, and it's barely got. I don't think it's even at 100 views yet. Everyone else is like 200, 300, even like 1,300 views. So it's like the more that people complain about something sucking, the more viewers they're going to get. So
yeah, I'm just like, I'm getting over the what is it called, like, just not boycott mentality. I'm just like, you know what, this is dumb. I'm just gonna watch whatever I want.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Me, I feel no need to watch anything really. So I'm kind of like, yeah, sure, if you want, but I'm not gonna go see
like,
it.
I'm not gonna shame anyone for not seeing it or seeing it. It's just do you.
But when I asked like some normie, like I have a normie coworker, he's like, "We saw Love and Thunder." It's like, "What'd you think?" He's like, "Oh, it was funny." And it's almost like he was trying to trick himself into liking the movie. It was very weird. I'm like, "Okay, man, like, cool, dude." Like, he doesn't know I do any of this stuff, or you know. So I'm like, okay. The only thing I feel like I might have to check out is the She-Hulk, just because they're bringing Daredevil in it. And I'm like,
not enough for me. That's like that's like a danger van with candy.
Yeah.
And listen, dude, it's Daredevil. I love Daredevil, and I like Charlie Cox as Daredevil. So I was like, I'll peek in and check out when you know, I'll wait for all the episodes to come out, and then I'll see the one with Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually. I didn't hear that he was going to be in it. So
yeah, they showed pictures of it. He's wearing the gold and the gold and red costume, the OG costume.
They're actually going to have real Daredevil.
Yes, it's the same guy, Daredevil, but it's not the same Daredevil. You know what I mean? Because of all the multiverse shit. So I don't think they're carrying over the same Daredevil. They're having the same actor, but it's not the same Daredevil that we saw on the Netflix show.
Oh.
Same thing with the Kingpin.
No, I bet you.
They bring the Kingpin in and they put him in a stupid flowery shirt and he's wearing a stupid hat, and I'm just like, come on, man! Like, really? Like that's what you're gonna dress the Kingpin in? And I guess it's from the Hawkeye comic book because he was on the Hawkeye show, and I guess it's from the Hawkeye comic book that they based everything off of. But I was like, that just looks stupid in real life.
Yeah, it didn't fit his character at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not excited. Even if Daredevil is in it, I feel like they're gonna neuter him. But like, if I am interested, I'll just watch those YouTube videos that splice up the best parts of the show, or just the parts where Daredevil is in it, at least, you know, where he's kicking butt.
I mean, they soured me so much. Like, I loved The Mandalorian. I don't even think I'm gonna watch that. Just like, You guys make me unexcited for everything because all the Star Wars stuff that you're putting out now looks so lame. It's like, how am I being excited for Mandalorian? You're actually good stuff when you just keep pumping out Star Wars crap. I'm sick of seeing it. So it's just like, eh. And those Disney's kind of a bunch of weirdos too. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna support you, yahoos.
Really having a hard time finding this form. This is why I'm on your stream right now, Joe. Not mine.
Experiments on mine, so when yours comes up, you're like, look at this.
Look at how wizard like I am with my art. All right, so she's
I don't know. I think I might do a piece and just have somebody else ink it just to see what it looks like. Like, hey, ink my stuff. 'Cause I feel like the pencils always look better than my inks, and I don't know.
So we're just going to ignore the fact that JBot just said, ink my stuff.
You know, I just actually, funny that you said that. I just saw an article about this woman who got her special area tattooed because she's like apparently an OnlyFans British woman, and she's trying to get a full body sleeve or whatever tattoo. She wants every inch of her body tattooed. Okay, so yeah, exactly. And but the news report was like, oh, she's getting like the bits of the bits, you know, and I'm like, I'm finding myself thinking, why am I even reading this?
Why am I even here on this earth? Like,
unbelievable.
I don't like tattoos at the best of times, let alone someone with them all over their body.
Yeah, I it's, you know, especially with women. I mean, the female form is so fantastic. It's so beautiful, you know, and then it's like when you want to cover it all with all this nasty art, you know, basically. So I mean, I'm not saying tattoo artists are bad artists, obviously not, but it's like yeah, I feel like, you know, it's almost like someone's painting across fine art.
Yeah.
That's probably the best I can.
like, oh, you think you can do better
I
than
agree.
this?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go up there in the Sistine Chapel, just climb up there, paint YOLO, man, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can make it better. It's like, no, man, you can't.
Or the Sistine Chapel asking you and paying you to do it. It's like, well, wait a second.
Yeah, wait a minute. All right. Yeah, like, what is this, Clown World? Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
You know, I'm kind of writing a story in Australia. Yeah, you know, and I kind of figure out
Is it
ways.
post-apocalyptic?
Well, it's set in the future.
Okay.
And they drive cars. They drive these cars, and everybody's fighting for gas. No, wait, what?
Isn't that like the only kind of movie ever comes out of Australia? Either that or it's
Or the castle.
Hugo Weaving in a drag queen movie.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. No.
Or it's guys reading about classified ads and asking for exorbitant pricing.
We do make odd movies, I will say that.
But I'm trying to figure out how to, like, I researched some slangs, you know, for the dialogue, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it sound organic. You know?
Okay.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by organic?
Depends where you set it to, but it depends on where. If you set in the outback, you know, they'll have a little bit more. They'll speak different than people in the city, of course. So.
Okay. All I know, well, I don't know about one, but the other one I know lives in Sydney in the streets.
Yeah. Just
So-
say made a lot, and
When you say in the streets, do you mean like they're an urban outdoorsman?
Like they are like hood rats, like on the streets, orphan.
Do hockey? Do they have that type of that type of culture in Australia in the inner cities?
see, I don't like the Sydney, but there are people like that. They're usually influenced, so they'll probably have a lot of. Is it set modern or in the future or in the past?
Like 10 or 12 years in the future.
See, a lot of people and especially by then, will be influenced by American, and we have been for the last 20 or 30 years. Used to be British, now it's pushing more towards American, so you'll actually have them speaking a lot more similar to what you guys do. So you'll still have your mates, g'day mate, that type of stuff, but not as much. You'll probably have more American street stuff with a couple of words that Australians use. I wouldn't say too much. People will put their own accent to it, so
Yeah, I'll just trying to make it, what I know. Yeah, just what I know. Like, yeah.
Why don't you just watch some Australian movies, like movies that are made for the Australian market?
Huh.
That's the best way to do it, honestly.
You just blew my mind of how stupid I am for not thinking of that.
Watch a movie called Two Hands. So that is Australian Gangster.
Ooh.
It's got Heath Ledger in it and Rose Byrne and Brian Brown. So if you remember Brian Brown, he was in Cocktail. Rose Byrne she's been in a bunch of things now.
So is this a series or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay then.
I check out that. It's a comedy. It is a comedy movie, but and it's probably set about 20 or 30 years ago. I'd say 20. I'm thinking that there was mobile phones in it. I think there are. So yeah. It was definitely made about 20 years ago. But yeah, it's really good. It's a comedy, gangster, and you'll see some Australian idioms in there. So,
yeah, I got the other one. Just lives in a. I don't know what to say. It's kind of a neighborhood, but it's kind of like each house is so far apart from each other. Do you have that?
Not in the city, not even in country towns, but on properties. Maybe on outskirts of towns, you'll have larger properties where it might be, an acre or 2 acres or things like that. So, you can see the neighbour's house. And it only takes you, maybe a few minutes to walk to the neighbour's house if you wanted to. As the crow flies, if you go by the road, it might take you about 5 minutes. But yeah.
Or I can just have it in a neighborhood. It really doesn't matter. I can just have. Do you have suburbs?
Yeah.
Then I'll just make it a suburban area. So
in the city, it's like any city. It's condensed. There's a lot of houses where you can barely walk down the side. You could reach over the fence and touch the neighbour's house quite easily. There's a lot of places like that, or apartment buildings. So, very small yards. I don't like those houses. I want a yard. I want to be able to, have a little bit of space around my house. 80s techno, like computer. Like we're playing Aiden or something.
Yeah, this is a guy that I know, Dread, who does like his music. I guess he does video game music too, but a lot of his stuff he uses is like synth stuff from like the Sega Genesis Mega Drives and stuff.
Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, I'm in a Sonic 3 stage right now.
Well, the other one that kept looping a little bit too much. All right, I'm sick of this one. So. And I don't
All
want
right,
to
so-
use their stuff.
I've got a question. You three gentlemen get to help design this character.
Oh.
I have yet to
Ooh.
decide whether or not Zoe Brighton, astrophysicist, PhD, astrobiologist, PhD, super genius, whether she wears jeans and chucks under her lab coat or she wears slacks.
Would you say slacks?
Slacks and like regular loafers, or jeans and like chucks.
I'm getting the fact that she's a bit straight laced, so she wouldn't be as casual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeans.
All right. Fair.
You know, if she's done all this study and all this type of stuff, you know, she's less. The jeans give a little bit of a rebel type feel to it, and if she's
Okay.
really got all these credits to her name, she might be a bit more straight laced. That's my
Okay.
thought, anyway. I don't know if anyone else.
Fair.
feels the same way.
I was thinking like that, you know, but you know,
Yeah, unless she was
wasn't
like some
quite
kind of
sure.
like young prodigy or something, and she was like younger, then I would say, yeah, the jeans and the chucks. But if she's a woman, you know, yeah, go with the slacks.
Yeah. Yeah, she just seems like a very strict, straight person, so go with what fits that the best.
Or you can always do like a gray skirt or something too. You know.
yeah, it was gonna be. I thought about that, but I think she's more practical, and
Okay.
the skirt doesn't allow her to have the kind of flexibility to climb around machinery that she'd like to. So. Now you're witnessing my very first attempt ever to draw women's slacks.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Reference.
and I've not actually looked at any reference. So,
So many different cuts of pants these days, and you just go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with women's, you gotta see how they do theirs because they always do them just like dudes' pants.
in this case, I've got her hand in her pocket, and I'm not doing that to hide it like I'm bankrupt and I can't draw hands. I want her to have her hand in her pocket.
The other one smoking a cigarette.
Yep, exactly. Isn't it ironic?
You ought to know. I used to have a crush on her once, so
Really?
yeah. I've got
I
a big
never had a
poster.
crush on her.
I'm actually looking at a big poster I've got just over the top of the monitors. There's a big poster of her.
Oh my god! Seriously? Wow. Okay. I didn't really believe you, but now you're the first person I've ever heard of that has an Alanis
prove it.
Morissette poster.
I'll turn the camera on and I'll prove it.
No, that is okay.
Camera's working. There you go. And it's a hardbound poster as well.
Oh wow.
Oh, you actually are showing this to us. Okay. Goodness gracious. Make it big, JBot. Make it big. No one
Make
wants to
it
look at
big.
our art. Everyone wants to look at us Alanis Morissette.
Solo layout. Ka-jerm.
Yeller's flicking a peace sign.
There you go.
You know that allegedly the You Ought to Know is about the one dude from Full House.
I thought it was meant to be a producer or something.
Isn't
No,
it,
it was.
It was
Original.
Uncle Joey.
Yeah, it was Uncle Joey.
He would do the Bullwinkle voice, and she was hooked, dude.
Even into a theater, right? I mean, I'm totally like, I'm thinking I'm super spin dashing right now, and I'm like stuck on some stupid carnival night drum that's going up and down.
On Sonic, you can do it to get to the end.
I do have Sonic music too.
You do have Sonic?
I do.
It's funny, because I was raised poor, and but one year we got a Genesis, and the reason we got the Genesis is because my brothers wanted something that they wanted radio control cars, and we lived on a dirt road, and the combined total of them, based upon the survival rate of them, prompted my mom just to buy a Genesis, and so but we only had like Sonic. That was like the only game we had. We had Sonic, and then we got like Columns, and it's like the most boring game collection you can possibly imagine. So we played the living hell out of Sonic the Hedgehog. We beat that game every which way you can possibly beat it, and we started devising new games and new things to do to beat the game. Like one of the things we tried to do was like how fast. Who can get through Green Hills Act 1 the fastest? And so we got it down to like 18 seconds was like our record.
Wow.
So anyway, so this worked out in our favor. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just said speed run.
Oh yeah, speed running. So this worked out in our favor because one day we walked into this. My mom went to like this fabric shop, and it was boring. So there was a video game shop down the plaza. So she let us run over there. So we ran over there, and they just so happened to have Sonic the Hedgehog playing, and they said it's a contest. Whoever wins, whoever gets the highest score, will win something at the end of the day. So we didn't know what it was. So, but we were like, oh, great. We were like pool sharks. We walk in there like, we got this shit. We have this nailed. So, if you're not familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog scoring system, if you get, if you beat the level in under 20 seconds, you get like 50,000 points bonus. And
nice.
So you could spend all 10 minutes playing the game and blow everything up and never get close to that score. So Sonic puts a premium on getting through it quickly. So my brothers and I were like, oh yeah, we can get the highest score. This is easy. So I went. So my brother went first, and he got 19 seconds and screwed it up, and I mean screwed it up, quote unquote. And so then I did it, and actually I beat him for the first time, and I got 18 seconds. And so we thought this is great because our scores are like, 100,000 points, and everybody else's is like 20,000, 15,000. And so they called us up at the end of the day, and they say, "Hey guys, you won." I'm like, "Oh, well, cool. What did we win?" They said Sonic 2, and we just about lost it. It's like we never thought we'd get Sonic 2, but we got Sonic 2 and proceeded to find different ways to beat that. So
Awesome.
It was meant to be.
it was meant to be, is what it was.
Yeah.
Eyes are wrong. You know what I hate? I hate looking at Twitter art where people get the face wrong, especially on women. Especially when they look like a man. I'm like, oh my god, can you not fix that?
It's a man, baby.
It's a man, baby. Yeah.
Hmm.
Something you will never see on streaming anymore.
I say that all the time. See some kind of article pop up or whatever. Trans woman, blah blah blah. They show a picture, and I'm like, that's a dude.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't mean on YouTube streams. You'll hear that all the time on YouTube streams. I'm talking about like Austin Powers getting canceled.
Oh yeah. I can't. People try to cancel shit retroactively. Don't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't have anything, dude. You wouldn't have nothing.
Well, that's the other thing. People don't really understand. It's like, I think Bill Burr had said it best. And he actually voiced what I've always thought. It's like, he says, you people think that if you lived back then, you would have been so evolved and you would have totally been different and you would have done things so much better. And
No.
and you're full of shit because you're a product of your own time. And people they don't understand. It's like they can't comprehend that, hey, maybe the Confederate Army was made up of people who never ventured more than 20 miles from their birthplace their entire lives.
Yeah.
And so New York may as well have been England to Georgia. So, I mean, it's the same thing. And so these guys weren't like super educated. They were just like poor sharecroppers that some dude in fancy doodads rolls up on his horse and says, "You need to go fight the Yankees," and they're going to say, of course they're going to go fight. Colonel Beauregard here is like the town everything. So yeah, we're going to listen to him. And people are like, well, how could they have fought for like slavery? And like, it's like, you don't understand that it doesn't factor into their lived experiences. So I'm not, and again, this is not a defense of the Confederacy. It's just, you have to understand that people look at things so much differently, and because they don't have the perspective, they don't have the same, knowledge that we have. So anyway, enough of my rant.
Hey, hindsight is
Makes sense
2020.
to me.
Hindsight is 2020. It's easy to say now. But it's like, come on.
I have not watched this Yellowstone prequel show called 1887 or 88 or something. Have you watched it?
My mom recently got my grandma to watch it when we were there. Yeah, I don't know if she loved it, but I remember my mom telling me, I forgot there were so many curse words here. Because, my grandma's very strict,
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring it up is Tom Hanks apparently is in it for like 30 seconds.
Huh.
And he plays General George Meade, who was a Union general in the Civil War. And so apparently one of the main characters is a Confederate captain. And so you can find this clip on YouTube. But basically, obviously, there's been a battle, and the Confederate captain is sitting there on like a tree stump, and he's totally broken. The guy is completely devastated. All of his boys are dead. Everything is just a horrifying disaster. And Tom Hanks' character, who's a general, a real life Union general, walks up and just sits down next to him and just comforts him, because he knows that this isn't about politics and all this stuff. This is just about humans and being human to each other. And so, anyway, it's just a real moving thing. It's like if people really understood that these were like brothers fighting each other, and that's actually how it went, then they'd have just a little bit more empathy for some of the stuff that these people went through. So,
Yeah.
again, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. All right, this is the first full body shot of Zoe Brighton. There you go. And she's got a necklace that she wears. So. Did I get her slacks okay? Does that look good?
Those are pants.
Yep.
I want to make it kind of like, kind of flow a little bit. And let's see, belt is up here. All right, cool. So now, face I'm gonna work on. This is the 3/4 inch face. It's funny. Do you ever like see people in real life and you're like going, oh my god, this is that person, this is that character I've got in my mind?
Like in general?
Yeah, like in general, like there. Occasionally, I'll see someone I'm like going, man, that girl would be like a perfect model for the way this character looks, her face and her personality. So
I think I did once or twice. Well, I think. Well, if not this one I'm thinking of right now, it was definitely the other one. So I have this porky Indian from India chick in my comic, and I was like sitting there, and one time I had this Indian teacher, and I was like sitting there thinking, oh wow, she really looks like my character. And then as my story evolved, I was like making her younger and younger, and I'm like, you know what, this classmate that I went to high school with looks more like my character than my previous teacher did, and that's the closest thing I ever gotten. Unless you're talking about like stories in general, like not just your story. I don't know. Oh, my uncle looks like Hank Hill without glasses.
Well, I'm thinking more like your own story, not like something else. So.
Oh yeah, then it happened to me twice or something like that.
All right, so Hockey, you're drawing. What are you drawing, man?
I'm failing at Wonder Woman.
Show us how you fail. What do we do, Bruce, when we fail? It's not bad. It's not bad. Can you make a big JBot?
Still rough. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to work things out. So
Yeah, JBot. I'm gonna take over your stream now. Okay, all right. So I love the forearm and the elbow. Good work. I love the rib cage. A lot of people don't really seem to understand how the body, the torso splits down the middle with the navel there, but you've got like her hip bone just right. So, I mean, yeah, no, you're working on it good. I mean, I like her right arm, how it's like going out into space and then coming back up around. Good work, dude.
Yeah, I was just working on a head and a face. I didn't like the angle and the shape. I think the neck is too far this way. I think I've got to bring it back over here a little bit more. So I'm looking at it at two different screens, trying to figure out. Just going, yeah, no, I think I've got to shave off this a little bit, bring it in a bit more out this way. Yeah,
it's looking good, man.
Looks a little better. Yeah, just putting everything in the right spot. So That's where I'm going. It's going, oh, so, and it frustrates me. So this is just still just rough, but obviously, but yeah, just trying to nut out what I want, how I want it, and it's getting there. It's getting there. So.
Okay, I've decided that this is no longer Sonic. This is a Game Gear game.
It's a different, yeah.
Yeah. So you should take me off big screen now.
Oh,
Oh.
He's not ready for prime time yet.
No. It's very sketchy stuff. That's how I work. I throw down lines all over the place trying to figure out where I want it to go.
That's what you gotta do, man. There's nothing wrong with that. No shame in that. Yeah, I was drawing this figure and it looked idiotic for the longest time. Now it just kind of looks stupid.
Sometimes things just roll off really well, but most of the time it's just gone experiment.
How'd your hexagon helmet come the other day, Dragon?
Oh, it turned out nice for me. You know, like it really. I finished it, and it gets the point across. And I had, and there was a situation to where I had to do. So basically, it's like a drone, so like a henchman, but for the good guys. Just a soldier. But I had to come up with different designs of their face.
Mm-hmm.
Like one has like a gas mask, the other one doesn't, and the one has like one of those what is it called, a handkerchief? You know, when it goes up like that, you know, over their face.
Bandana.
Yeah. They got a bandana over their mouth and nose sometimes. Yeah, I had to draw. So I had to draw the exact same helmet, with those features. And you know, in the middle of it, I was like, you know, just screw it. I'm just going to, because I'm doing digital. I'm just going to copy and just going to I'm just going to lasso the helmet off the soldier, and then expand it, copy and paste, and just. Well, the helmet part, at least, I had to draw the face and the mouth and all that. But the helmet, where I drew the hexagons, I was like, "There's no way I'm doing this again. I'm just copying and pasting. Call me lazy, but yeah."
No, you're fine. You're good. All right, so JBot, I got a question for you.
Yes.
The masked stretcher and the hammerlock, and you had to ask me which one was better.
I wanted confirmation. First, my wife told me which one was better, and I was like, "Well, let me ask two other people."
So I said to my wife, "Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead."
I asked you, and then I asked James, who's writing, you know, Magnificent, who's a writer, and I said, "Hey, which one's better?" It was unanimous.
That's funny. I said to my wife, I said, "Hey, babe, got a question for you. The masked stretcher or hammerlock?" And she goes, "What on earth? Why would you use masked stretcher? That sounds stupid." It's like, it's hammerlock, obviously. I'm like, well, there you go. So
there you go.
I was going to shield you from that, but since your wife told you, so.
Yes, wives don't hold back.
No. All right, so is this the same character we've been talking about? That's yours, is a different character?
This is a different character. Something different I'm working on. I could be possibly working on something else, so I'm just brainstorming right now.
Okay.
So another short story for someone else.
You know, I've discovered. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, "How many pages is it?" They're like, "Oh, it's gonna be a few pages." I was like, "Okay, I can do that." I don't want to work on somebody else's thing for like 30 pages. You know, I want to draw
No.
comics, but I want to draw my comics more.
Yeah.
So I don't want to draw other people's stuff. So right now, what I see in my head trying to draw this character and this style, like I want to try and I want to try have a little bit of a Bruce Timm spin on it. I think it'll fit the look of it. Not draw Bruce Timm, but just kind of add that simplicity to what I would do and just kind of see from there.
I feel it. I feel you. Bruce Timm is a great look. And you seem to really nail it. I have discovered that I love drawing lab coats. Holy crap, this is so much fun.
It covers up so much.
Well, it does. I mean, you can cheat, but it still looks awesome. It's like capes where you can't. It's like where you can't. I don't know how to draw this bicep. I'm gonna put a cape over it. No, but it's like it's still form fitting for her and still flowing. It's almost like a superhero costume. But anyway, boy, I think she looks good. She looks fantastic. She's actually the way I wanted her to look. How about that?
Awesome.
I have no notes for the artist. So she develops. Do you want me to tell you about this or not? Because I can shut up. Because I'm always constantly talking. It's like we'll be in the car. My wife is like, "Can you just like be quiet? Can we just have some quiet?" I'm like, "Okay."
Harsh.
The fact that I can actually be quiet is why I'm still married. So anyway, she develops the Brighton box, which I drew like about a month ago. I was working on that, but I actually had Dragon was talking about I'm gonna copy and paste and do all this stuff. I actually was inspired by a page from World's Finest for something with the Brighton box. At one point, Supergirl's got this key that opens up or locks this kind of. It's a device that locks this tomb up that they're going to try to get this villain into. But basically, it's nothing but white light. It's a disc in the shape of white light, and it glows. I'm like, damn, that's a lot like an infinity box or an infinity cube, whatever it is, gem, rock, whatever. Why am I forgetting the names of these things? Anyway,
Tesseract.
It's like a tesseract. Thank you. It's like a tesseract. But I liked it, and I was like, man, I want to do something like that. So I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to stick with the Brighton box that this character invented, or if I'm going to modify it. So, but I don't know if Milton is still watching. But did you call me a Poindexter? What? Anyway. So you guys, do you think Zaslav's gonna can the Flash now?
Oh, I heard they're like, I don't know, like it depends on what happens. Like they might release it quickly because it's a bigger budget than Batgirl, so they don't want to lose that much money. But if they release it before he gets arrested, did he get arrested?
Yeah, he got
He's
arrested.
already arrested.
Oh,
Yeah, you got him.
oh yeah, then it's probably canned. Definitely canned.
I mean, felony burglary. I mean, it's I can't understand it. I cannot understand what possesses someone to have this kind of problem. And furthermore, you know, I guess it's not Zaslav's problem. He's not the one that it's his problem now. It's like you buy the house, you get the problems with the house. But it's like, do they just not do psyche evals on people? You know, it's like I know that when they chose RDJ for Iron Man, they actually had to get a lot of insurance and there is some questions whether or not they could even get him because he may not even be insurable because of his shenanigans causing disasters with productions. And so in this case, it's like Ezra just like totally imploded, and it's like in slow motion, and it's like, look, dude, so many people are relying on you, and you're running around breaking into people's houses and stealing their liquor, and you're a fucking millionaire, you know, multi-millionaire. What is what is wrong with you? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just too old.
Yeah, who knows, man? These people are, you know,
Yeah.
freaking yahoos over here. Over here. I mean,
Look
he's
at
loaded.
this.
He's in that Fantastic Beasts thing
Mhm.
too. So it's not like
Yeah.
he's got the J.K. Rowling money, man.
Yeah. 2 model sheets done. Oh my god. I can't even believe it.
Is she a redhead?
She is a redhead, yes. She is an auburn haired hair.
Yeah. She looks like one. I don't know. I can tell by the facial structure. She looks like she could be a redhead.
Yeah, she is a redhead, and so
Yeah.
I she's a redhead, and she's always going to be a redhead. And if ever someone decides to want to buy the rights to this, guess who's going to be a redhead in the movie? And guess who's not going to be not a redhead in the movie? That's that's funny. It's like I see these people. They're like, "Would you like sell the rights to your property to be in a movie?" I'm like, I would lease the rights. I'd say you have these guidelines that you have to follow. Did you know? I don't know if you all knew this. Sony and Disney have an agreement about how Peter Parker is portrayed in those movies. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
One of the things is that Peter Parker is a heterosexual male who is a teenager who has brown hair.
Wow.
And this cannot change, and it will not change. Otherwise, you will not have the rights to make movies with them. So, I know that somewhere someone's ass is burning about that, and super pissed off. But yeah, it was pretty humorous when I saw that.
Yeah, I remember seeing this video of this of someone was asking, "Hey, what do you think of the fact that they might?" This was a long time ago, like 2010 or something. They might turn Spider-Man bi, and then Stan Lee was like freaking out, like, "What?" He was like, "No, I refuse." Like all that, and it was priceless.
So he didn't say Excelsior.
No.
Excelsior!
Excelsior, what?
Excels. Oh shit.
Did you not know that Peter Parker was queer coded this whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
you,
that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Didn't you write the character to be bi all along? Yeah, Stanley, you wrote him to be bi all along.
And what was it,
That's what people are
1968 or whatever?
Yeah.
I love the thing that these people doing this Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, going, well, he didn't write to say that they weren't like this. And I'm going, well, you didn't say I couldn't punch you in the face, but
Yeah.
You didn't explicitly say I couldn't punch you in the face.
Well,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is subconsciously a Catholic work, and then in the revision, even more consciously so. And so, it's. I think I saw some tweet where they had an artist rendition of this one character who they've turned into this. Not okay. Again, it's all about respecting the art. And they have this character who is basically described as being super pale and super ethereal, and then they've made her it's like they got like Viola Davis to play her. I'm like, that's not this character. So, and it's like, why are people insisting on trying to break these things? There's no reason to.
Because they're weird.
They want to do what they want. And they want to make their own stamps on it. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, look, I did that. Look at me. I'm so important. It's like nobody will remember who half you people are.
I'm not going to watch that show. I am just not. I love the Lord of the Rings, and that is not the Lord of the Rings. So.
Didn't mean to bring it to Lord of the Rings, but it had the same vibe. Them going, let's make Spider-Man gay. So
Yeah.
No, you're right. Right.
Even though I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, I can respect it enough to like, yeah, that show was shit. I'm never watching that. Another thing about the helmet is that not only I had to draw it, I had to draw over each line because I want each line, like each crevice between the hexagon, to glow. So I had to do all that basically. So that's why I got fed up when I was like, oh, I had to draw the separate versions of the heads. And I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna copy and paste.
Mm. I'm gonna be like waking up in the middle of the night with this music in my head. Like, what is this? Oh,
are we
It's
feeding the
that.
ducks?
what? It's that Hispanically named JBot.
That's some of these. Yeah, I'll be right over. It's like, yeah, I close out this stream and then just go to bed.
Oh, 80s is asking if you're gonna come over.
But he invited me to go watch do the Naked Gun thing that they were doing to watch it and stuff. I was like, yeah, sure. But here we are having a good time.
Yeah.
This perspective.
I'm
is
having a good time anyway.
wonky. Yeah, that's what happens when I'm looking out. Like,
I'm just drawing. I'm just happy to draw. So.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if it was you, Drew, or someone that recently was talking about the Batman, and it kind of made me kind of like want to watch it again. Like see, is it as bad as I remember? And then I was like, you know what? Looking at this perspective that the reviewer gave me, or someone gave me, that hey, Riddler, he may be like this narcissistic SJW type to where he attacks politicians for his, but at least he's the villain, and the movie knows he's a villain.
I was talking about Catwoman, but the Riddler is just a crazy. By the way, I'm not a fan of the Riddler portrayal in that film. I think it's boring, honestly.
Okay.
And I'm not, and I don't. For some reason, somewhere along the line, actors in Hollywood got this idea that whisper, screaming, whisper, screaming is like how you portray crazy people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. That's just irritating.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my
I
rant.
think his performance got better when he had the mask off, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they picked the perfect guy, honestly, for the movie to play the Riddler. So I was really happy with that.
I'm not saying that he's a bad actor or that the actor was the wrong choice. It's just the performance. Because he's a solid actor. He's great in There Will Be Blood. Have you seen that?
I've seen him in Prisoners.
He's
I can't remember what.
he's the one
I
that
just-
Daniel Day-Lewis walks up to and goes, "I drink your milkshake."
I'd say he just because he kind of nerdy looking, and that's how I imagined what he would look like anyway. So
Yeah.
Not just a nerdy looking, like a creepy nerdy look.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
so
Yeah, which
was happy
added
with
to
the
it.
casting choice.
Yeah. I just had fun with the film, just watching it, just ignoring the BS and stuff, and like, it's a fun time, just it's not good or great. It's just fun if you just turn off your brain.
The best character in that movie was the Riddler. I mean, not the Riddler, the Penguin.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I don't really like that actor that much, but you couldn't tell it was him, and he did it so well.
Colin Farrell,
Yeah.
Mr. Bullseye himself. Now he's played a Marvel villain and a DC villain.
Oh, I forgot he was Bullseye.
Yeah.
He was.
I'm waiting for the crossover event when we have Johnny Storm and Captain America together.
Yeah.
I did grow up with those films. I rewatched the first one again, and I was like, "Wow, what was I into?"
I actually like them. I personally do. So
I like I still like the second one, but personally, because they actually do superhero stuff. But in the first one, they're just stuck in the hotel room, just minding their own business, and so I was like, I don't think this is for me. But well, I don't know.
Talking about Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four.
I don't remember the first one well enough. What I do remember is the big reveal for the Fantastic Four in that movie was one of these. Do you remember in Guardians of the Galaxy where they're all standing around and then Rocket Raccoon says, "Now we're going to stand around like a bunch of assholes"? Yeah, there's a lot of scenes like that, and there's a major one in the reveal of the Fantastic Four is like, oh, they've beaten some kind of weird water monster. I don't know whatever it was. I can't even remember. And they're just standing there, and it's like they're standing there like they're waiting for applause, and then everybody starts applauding them. And I'm like, God, terrible. There's Star Trek 6 does the same thing. Have you all seen Star Trek 6, or do you remember that movie?
which one
I
was
haven't
that
seen
one?
it.
That's the Undiscovered Country. It's the last one with the original cast.
Is that the one where they travel in time?
No, that's that's all of them practically now. But
No. the one where they
the whale
collect
one is the
whales.
Voyage Home. That's number 4. Undiscovered Country is the one where the Klingon moon explodes, and it's called the Praxis effect, and it's a big shockwave, and you see it in literally every other science fiction film. But anyway, but at the end of that movie, basically they stop an assassination from happening, and so then you have the original Star Trek cast, and they all look old AF. And they're all sitting there. They're all chunky and super fat, and obviously, they're well into their 60s and mid 70s. And then they're just standing there, and then everybody starts, doing this. Yeah, and it's like, oh God, shut up. So I hate it. You will never see a situation like that in any IP that comes from me. I promise you that. God, she looks really good. I can't believe it. Here's the magic. She looks different from Vindibabe.
Oh, that's the goal.
That's when you know you're actually starting to kind of like grow as an artist. Your characters actually look different. I need to work on her hair though. So.
IP that I'm working on for someone. There's a bunch of characters that all dress the same, and trying to make them all seem different was a little bit challenging. So,
Really?
especially two of them are twins, and you got to try and make them seem different as well. So,
Are they wearing like uniforms? Is that it?
yeah, they are. So,
Do they have different ranks?
no.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a Fantastic Four kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit, but they're all male characters. Two of them have beards, so I've had to try and make their beards one look like more spectacular than the other one, and yeah, just and I still class myself as a beginner, like an amateur artist. So, and yeah, just trying to do the design to make them look a little different than each other, but still have essential similar. It was an interesting thing. I enjoyed doing it, but it was just interesting. So.
Okay. So what have you been doing, JBot?
I was working on my Hammerlock comic. I got page 2 inked, and then yesterday I actually bought a printer scanner that does large format. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be pretty neat.
So okay, wait. Can you scan 11 by 17?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, you need to tell me right now what scanner printer you got, because I have never been able to find one that does that.
It's an Epson, and I'll send you. I haven't pulled it out of the box yet. I'll just send you I'll send you a photo over Twitter.
Yeah, I haven't. I got an Epson as well for the exact same thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does it, and it's wireless too. So you
Yep.
don't have to plug it in.
So mine is I can see it from here, but there's a bit of a jump between me and where the printer is. So I'll check it out for a second. WF7830.
WF7830.
Let me go take a. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a picture of it because it's right here in my wife's office, and shoot it to you before I forget, because I know it's something I totally forget about, Drew.
Now I don't know, because in Australia we work with A4, so my goal was to try and find something that would take an A4, an A3, and 11 by 17. So I'm researching, going, okay, can I do an 11 by 17 in this printer? Because it's close to an A3, but it's a little thinner and a little bit longer than an A3. And I'm just going, can it fit this? So, and it could. So
That's awesome, because you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to scan this in half and then try to line all this garbage up. That is never going to happen. Drives me up a wall.
I had to, because I thought, well, if I'm working with comics, I better try and get the standard comic book size. So yeah, no, I did the research to try and make sure. And I like to work digitally, and then if I'm going to do a traditional one, a traditional artwork, I'll print this out in blue line and then ink it traditionally. So
yeah. Well, I don't even know. I can't convert Australian dollars or dollary dues. When he comes back, I'm going to ask him how much I should be budgeting for that. What'd you say?
Yeah, I can't remember how much mine was. Anyway, so
no, because it's like looking all over for it. In fact, I actually even super chatted Ethan Van Sciver, and he blew me off and didn't even answer us.
Yeah. But so far, I'm happy with this one. So it's got 2 trays. So the bottom tray has the A3 size in it, and then the top tray is the A4. So
That's how you make them shorter. Shorter, by the way. That's your trick. Make the head a little bit larger. Same body, a little bit larger head, makes them shorter.
Yeah. I've noticed that. So when you look at, especially when you look at someone like the Hulk, they've got a small head on a big body. So you go the opposite way around. And it also makes them look more childlike because children have big heads and small bodies. So
True. But don't go full JRJR.
yeah. I tend to, when I'm doing roughs, I make the head too small. So I've got to make it, extend it, make it bigger so it looks a bit better on the body. So
Where are you attending? I totally right. Where are you attending college, Dragon?
Just a small community college here near in Fort Worth. It's just Tarrant County.
So, real quick question: why Dragonfish?
I was actually not gonna lie. I was actually waiting on someone to ask me this, but I don't know. It never came up until now. But the reason is it's my zodiac, my Chinese and my Greek zodiac. So
I'm a
my
dragon as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born. Dragon is like year 2000, and Pisces is like somewhere around February or March, I think. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make that my name, you know.
Yeah, nice.
Did you get that message, Drew?
Look.
So I was the dragon in the previous cycle. I don't know how many
Thanks.
are there. Maybe there's been 2 since then. I can't remember. How many?
Oh, so it's
how
not a
many-
flatbed?
What's that? Oh, you found your printer?
Yeah, the top lifts up
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's what I'm looking for. All right, go
for
ahead.
you to scan. Yeah, the top lifts up for you to scan, but you feed the paper normally.
What's the number? Have you got?
I think it's 7840. Was that yours, Hockey?
No, a
Nope.
7. No, mine was. I forgot already. So something 30. There's a 7830 or 8730.
Okay, yeah, mine was the 7840, I think.
Yeah,
And
just the next
yeah.
model on.
Yeah, we just got it. Workforce 7840.
Yeah, nice.
So we just picked it up. Actually, I put it up. We got it yesterday because down here in the South, it was tax-free weekend
Yes.
because of school. So we were
Yeah.
like, and I was like spitballing because I did that cover for Magnificent Bastards for James. And I'm like, shit, how am I gonna get this to him? And I got to go to like FedEx and hey, can you scan this? And I'll put it on a USB drive. And
Yeah.
you know, so I was like, maybe we should look into getting a printer. This was tax-free. She's like, oh well, let's go take a look. So
Do
she
it.
gave me permission.
I don't know if this
Well,
is
you do it.
important to you too, but I would imagine yours is the same. It's separate cartridges for each color.
Yeah.
So, now I do like that because I hate you run out, especially if you're using blue line or something. You run out of the one color, and then all you're left with is a full yellow and a full magenta or something. Going,
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna have to peace out, but I appreciate you having me on, JBot.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming by.
It's
Cheers,
my
Drew.
pleasure.
Thank you for stopping by.
And Hockey, do you have a YouTube channel that I can follow or anything like that?
yes, it is. It's in the chat.
Should be
Yeah.
in the chat there.
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay, cool. And are you on the Twitter bots?
I am. It is in my name. It's the same thing. It's AdHockArt. So
AdHockArt?
yeah, with a K. So AdHock with a K.
ADHOK. Search for. Huh.
It's HOCK art.
Okay, thank you.
I got it on the.
There you go.
Yeah.
And followed. Ta-da.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
If I'm not following, I will follow back.
That's fine. Okay, I've got one quick question for you guys.
Mhm.
Dirty little secret time. Do you ever follow someone on Twitter, and then their art just sucks so badly that you get tired of seeing it and you unfollow them?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't think I've ever unfollowed anyone.
I don't pay attention to Twitter that much.
I think I like try to follow people that are kind of in the CG space, but sometimes they say something stupid, or they like cause like drama stuff, and I'm just like, I don't want to have time for this shit. So then I unfollow them, but it's like, then they do something that, all right, well, let me go follow them again because they kind of won me back. And I follow them again, and then they do stupid shit again, and then I unfollow. I'm like, I don't need this shit. on my feed."
Story of my life.
Then I unfollow.
I do mute people, so I don't unfollow them, but I'll mute them. So.
Yeah. All right. No, I just like there's one person that I followed, and they're trying to learn how to draw, and they keep doing the same irritating thing over and over again. That it's like, have you ever? Okay, before we go, as it is. Have you ever?
Chest.
I got to get this off my chest. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm intrigued to know what it is. So.
Have you ever seen someone drawing, or anybody can do it, that they don't? It's like the concept of artist lean does not exist to them. Do you know what I mean when I say artist lean?
No.
Okay, so say I'm drawing a head right here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is how you draw a full-on head, right? If this is, can you see this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is like a full-on head. Now what they're doing is they're trying to draw the same thing, right? But what they're doing is they're drawing this. And they think that they're drawing something that's symmetrical, but in reality it's leaning. And usually, usually it's done like this. They got a tilt on the neck,
Oh my
right?
God.
And then they're drawing an eye like this, and then they're drawing an eye like this, right?
Oh.
Okay. And then they got their nose, and then their face is like over here. You know, and I can't even do it right. It's like so wrong. And then everything is just so out of proportion. And so I don't know, this person, like maybe this person's got a baseball cap on, right? Okay. Yeah. So they got a baseball cap on. Okay. And it's just leaning so far over. And then you flip this over and it's literally the opposite direction. And it's almost like cathartic that I will take something like this. It's like if you look at a picture of Adam Driver, whose face is totally not symmetrical, and then you take it, like if you have Adam Driver, like Kylo Ren, right? If he's looking right at the camera, the dude's face, he's got like two different faces combined. So if you take his face in a Photoshop, right, and then you just take half the photo and then move and then copy into another thing and then just reverse it and then put it together, you can have two completely different freaking looking dudes.
I'm gonna have to do that'll be fun.
And so this person does art like this, and I even one time reached out and I said, "Look, hey man," and I wasn't an asshole. I was just like in a totally, hey, you might want to look at this video by David Finch. He's really good at drawing heads, right? It's not like I said, dude, your art sucks. You need to fix this shit, or it's gonna drive me insane. I'm gonna find where you live. But I was like, go watch this video. This can give you some good tips. And doesn't freaking learn. And so I keep seeing the same art over and over again, and it's like driving me crazy. And it's like his characters have like tumors in their heads. And so anyway, so I don't normally talk bad about people, but it's just driving me up a freaking wall, dude. So,
let's hear them. Artist pet peeves.
I used to draw the Vindabud character, right? This is the character that I used to draw, and this is how I used to draw him. So he's got a baseball cap on. He's got like this weird kind of chin, right? And I always wound up drawing him like way over like this, So, he is like completely Gumby-ized, right? And then I get his like things. So he's like all the way over, you know, and he's like, if I were drawing this properly, like right above it, right, I'd be drawing his chin like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then his hat, his. But see, that's the key, right? So if I take a ruler,
Yep.
if I take a ruler, right, his chin here needs to match up with the tip of his hat, right?
Right.
So his obviously not working. So
Yeah.
and that's artist lean, and so you need to get this thing here needs to be over here where this is, and this thing here needs to be over here where this thing is, right here. And so it just drive me up a freaking wall. So anyway, but yeah, that's my old man art rant. So fix your artist lean.
Yeah.
Google it if you don't know how to.
Flip the canvas a lot. That's what I do. I just flip the canvas.
That's exactly
Oh my
right.
god, that looks terrible. And then you tweak. So.
Yeah, and don't there's a Photoshop feature where it will mirror what you're drawing. Don't do that either. So because that looks weird and looks unnatural. So just make it symmetrical so you don't have to. So you can do this, right? And then you can like, okay, here's an eye, right? And then here's another eye, and it's not the exact same eye, but they're on the same plane. So, you know, and
I will use the symmetrical thing to draw faces quickly if I'm trying to nut out a face. So if I'm trying to figure out, okay, do I want this guy? How do I want this guy to look? I will do the symmetrical thing. So, but then when I go to do the proper image, I'll get rid of the symmetrical and I'll draw that in freehand. So,
yeah,
just to speed up the process while I'm designing. But yeah, I know what you mean. You need those slight variances, which makes it more human anyway. So.
No, absolutely. So, but yeah, no. Sometimes go ahead.
Oh, I was going to change it slightly to one of the pet peeves that I don't like is
please
when they draw a 3/4 face, 3/4 head, but the face is more straight on.
Oh God, that's it. That's what this one does. That's what this guy does.
Yeah. So you'll have, instead of like I've got this, the nose should come out here. They've usually got the nose very straight instead. And I was going, and the eyes, so the eyes coming in, so the face is straight, but the head's turned, and that drives me insane. So,
oh God, I hate us. Yeah, no, it's like you want to fix it, right?
It's and I've even seen professionals do this. So, I was going, no, the face is not right.
I saw a Superman cover. I forget what the comic was. It's a new comic, and it's this big ass Superman, like giant, big as day figure of Superman, and he's holding something, and he's looking not at what he's holding, and he's not looking at the camera. He's not looking at the viewer. It's like he's almost looking at it, but his line of sight is at least 6 inches off. And like professionals, what is wrong with you? So, but I mean, it's a cover. You know, if you're doing it in part of sequential art, that's one thing, because there might be an excuse for it. Not on a cover. So.
Yeah, where it's meant to be high class. You're getting paid 2 or 3 times what a internal artist is getting paid for the page. So
yeah,
you got to make it better.
One other thing. Anime faces on super fantastic bodies. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you've got like, say you've got this hot woman, right? She looks like this, right? So she's got like a rib cage, and she's like got everything is like perfectly sculpted. She's got big thighs, right? And you know, she's got shoulders going out like this, and then her face looks like this.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm talking about? You know that kind of shit I'm talking about. And they think that this makes them look like great artists. Like, no. And then like her hair looks like this or some stupid purple shit.
Yeah.
Like, What the hell are you doing?
What are you?
I mean, look like you got boom, got this, and she's like so alluring, and I was like, God, stop it, just stop it, because it's like, I know you can draw. Stop doing this. Stop reading web card comments. God. Banned in Drew's art world. So
I say what annoys me is like the side face anime side face, or the chin. It looks like they have a horse, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And it's a very like beginner, like they just start looking at anime and they want to kind of draw like that. You have the side, the profile, like this, right? Here's their eye, all right? And then you do this, and then there's their chin.
oh God, I hate that.
And then
I
here's
hate
their-
that.
here's their
I
mouth.
hate that.
And I can see what they're going for, but it's just dial this back, dial that in.
No, it's a muzzle. It's like,
You know,
it's like
dial that
what
in
a
a bit.
dog looks like. That's what a terrier looks like.
Like, dial that in a little bit. You know, I see what you're going for, and it does happen in anime, especially early anime stuff, like, you know, early 80s, like stuff like Project Echo and things like that. But it's like, dude, like, just dial that mouth back a bit.
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
you know, see, here's the thing: is like, this is a nose, right? You know, and there's a mouth in here. You know, they're not wearing, you know, COVID masks. All right, that's not what their faces are.
Yeah.
But you see that a lot, and especially, and I guess the thing that pisses me off about it is that clearly these people know how to draw properly, and it's not, and again, it's not I don't have a problem with manga or anime, and especially when you're drawing a style like that. But when you're like some kind of like unknown rando that's got like 5,000 followers and all you draw is stupid shit like this, it's just hateful to my soul as an artist to see people do that. And it's like, you know, oh look, they don't have a nose, that this is their mouth, right? They got like a little dot for mouth, and then giant freaking eyes, like they're Gollum, right? And then big giant tits, like. So, and then you always have this, right? It's never fully. You never actually see the nipple, but you've got the outline of the nipple. You know? And then they've got like the shoulders, and then they got the hair is all wonderful, but they look like a freaking lemur. So, look at how hot I am. Isn't that sexy? That's the sexiest. Look at that.
That's great.
God.
$20 confirmed.
Yeah. What do I have back here? This is this is a Harley Quinn ripoff. I basically took a Harley Quinn drawing and turned her into Vindababe.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. This is another Vindababe drawing. Let's see. I actually, you know, the reason I've been drawing this character so much is because it's been the hardest for me to actually learn. To draw women that look feminine. And because for the longest time, I drew, you know, webcomics basically with characters that this is the jawline, and then, you know, I didn't even really get into heads. I just went straight to hats, and I was just constantly, you know, just drawing this one shape, and that's not what women look like. So, and so this is what I drew for like 20 years basically, and then I had to like, you know, really break myself of that, and learn. I there's a page on one of my sketchbooks. I've got like, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got like 30 different heads that are just the same female head 30 times. and
Sure, yeah.
just to get it, because it's like what you need to do is you need to have basically the way it comes down and understand that like the ear starts there, right? And you got this, and this is where the brow is, and then
Yeah, the old Loomis method and things like that. It's,
yeah, and
I still put the
slender
Loomis
neck.
stuff in. So
Well, I actually learned this from Finch. I mean, this may be the Loomis method.
yeah, and his is a simplified Loomis method anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then you got to make sure you got a dainty nose, right? It can't be like some big schnoz, you know. And then you got to make sure that you got a slender jawline. So no hormone therapy for my characters. So. Something I actually noticed watching Star Trek is like I didn't realize that hairlines go like this. So, you start looking at people's hairlines, you'll notice that there's like this little chunk that comes out. I didn't even
Yeah,
realize.
it's a cutaway. Yeah. I hear that people that used to work for Disney doing Disney cartoons that they try and start drawing other ways and that they can't break the habit of the Disney style,
Oh yeah,
and it just infects everything that they do. It's going, yeah, I could understand it, especially if you're doing cartoons where you've got to draw the same face over and over and over again.
yeah. Are you talking about like the Donald Duck thing?
No, more like the Disney princesses.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. No, that's definitely a big thing. They've got these like slightly oversized eyes, and it's a very difficult thing to break because it's like they're like normal people. They're just slightly exaggerated, so they look more kind of like, you know, childlike in the fact that the characteristics are a little bit bigger and more visually attracting from an evolutionary primal point of view. So
yeah, exactly.
it's like more mature manga look. That's really what it is.
Yeah, it kind of is. It doesn't look like manga, but it has the same structure as a female manga character. So yeah, the big eyes, the really thin neck. They generally got a thin neck and small, tiny nose.
But you usually have a big mouth. So and you usually have the teeth. That's a big part of it.
A lot of them don't have lips,
That's
especially
true.
the younger ones. Some of the younger ones don't have lips. They may have a bottom lip sometimes, but it's usually just a line. I've noticed for a few of them. I say depending on the character, but
Usually got this big head back out there, and you got these kind of wavy bangs.
big flowy hair.
It's always a big flowy hair. Yeah, you have to always have that part. And then they've got these very slight waists. They're almost like alien grays.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I don't know. This is my first shot doing this, so
pulling it from memory is as well doing well. So, but
yeah,
it's a particular style, and and I've heard people who follow that style, like Instagram artists that follow the style of Disney, and they can't break away from it either now that they're doing it. And they try and do something else that's going, I can't draw normally.
well, there's usually a lower lip, maybe not like an
I think there might be a lower lip, but they tend to make the lips really thin and and yeah, almost non-existent. So no, that looks
And
that's looking more like that. Mouth's looking a lot more like it. Yeah.
And let's get some clothes on because we don't have any naked. There we go. Yeah, she has like a little hood. There she go. Perfect for a Disney grooming
Right?
princess movie.
What's our pro? I'm sorry. What are they? Them? They? Zimzer?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is that usually the hair is really, really well layered, which I'm not quite there at doing that. I actually went to church when I was a kid with a Disney animator. He was a
Nice.
cleanup artist. He's a key cleanup artist, and
Oh.
so his name is Dan Gracie. You can look him up, and you can see that he worked on certain characters. But I mean, those guys, the animators are the ones that are like the one that like they bring the characters to life. But the key cleans, that's the art you see on screen. So
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the difference and what those roles are?
I'm not.
I've looked at it and no, I've never really understood it. So
All right, so I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So, all right, random page. Okay, so, all right, that's blue. I don't want blue. Let's go with black. Black's fine. All right. So say you've got this character, right? Let's make the character a cat. All right. So character looks like this, and he's like this, and then he's got the ears, and he's got whiskers, and he's got a little nose. Okay. So the animator will draw this, right? And he'll be like, yay, and then he'd be like, yay, and then they're like pointing a finger, and then be like,
yep.
Yeah. And so what the animator does is this is the energy of the character, right? So that's what the animator does. Okay. So the key cleanup artist will come back here and he'll say, well, this is actually, I'll just move it over here. This is what this character really looks like. He looks like this. And then he's got the nose like this, and then he's got like that, and then so they actually draw the character that you wind up actually seeing transferred onto the screen.
On the screen, yeah.
So this
the
is what
animator's doing the life of it, but then it's someone else is coming through actually giving it substance.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, making it look quote unquote presentable. So So then they'll be up here, and by the way, the Disney key clean artists are some of the best effing artists on the planet. They are phenomenal artists. It's disgusting. It's actually depressing how good they are when you look at what they're actually doing. I see a lot of people, they get up and like, oh, well, so-and-so from Japan was a better. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You guys don't know what you're talking about. So seriously, it's a different kind of thing. If you look at early American animation, like in the 20s and the 30s, when they started really getting into it, the stuff that they are doing is mind melting what they do. And it's just, I mean, they're not just like saying, okay, here's one drawing, another drawing, another drawing, another drawing, and then flipping it, and see it's animated. No, they are just doing full range of animation. I saw this animation of a character that I think it was Donald Duck. So he's in bed and he turns around and then he opens his eye and his eyelid is like going like this, right? But then it animates and his eyelid kind of like goes like this, and his eye like opens and his pupil just rolls to the side here. And it's so smooth. I mean, it is silky smooth. And it's like, that's not something that you would even think about typically, but that's what these guys did. They thought about how can we just really plus this? And so it's like, we're not just drawing an eye, we're going to draw the whole motion of the eye. And it's insane. But anyway, but the guy that I went to church with is his name is Dan Gracie, and you can look him up on. He worked on The Little Mermaid, and he worked on Beauty and the Beast, and I think he worked on Lion King. But he was in Orlando, and Disney used to have animation studios in Orlando, but then they closed them and moved them out to Burbank. So that's it. There's your animation. So he actually went to art school at Ringling Brothers School of Art. So which is the circus school. They have an art school in Tampa. So, but anyway, but that's what it is. So Ruben Aquino was one of their key animators.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm glad I was able to share some information.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful.
He was also kind of rude to me, but no, he's still awesome. He's still an awesome artist. It's like, can you show me how to? Am I drawing this? He's like, yeah, that's not that. All right, that's here. Go learn to draw comics the Marvel way. All right, thanks. But I was an unsocialized homeschooled kid, so what did I know?
I type in Dan Grayson and I get a footballer or Dick Grayson.
It's it's a Gracey. Daniel A. Gracie. So if you go to IMDb, Daniel A. Gracie, and you'll see him listed there.
Gracie. Okay. I was putting Grayson. Okay.
See, I'm turning this into an erase stream.
You have to watch it backwards.
Take it away.
Drew was drawing.
No one, by the way, has come to my stream and got my inside joke. I have an inside joke with my camera set up, and so first person to spot it wins whatever prize I decide to give out. Did you find them?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. That's awesome.
I was very mad. He drew a picture of Belle for like one of the pastor's kids. I'm like, can I have like a picture, please?
Can you give me one?
Yeah. It's like I'm not one of the cool clique. So I don't think he's done anything. I don't think he has any credits. I think he worked like on a video game or something at one point. I have no idea where he is. I think he moved north or something.
Yeah, on a fan site, the last thing he did for Disney was Brother Bear. So
Yes.
lead key assistant animator.
Yep. So a key, by the way. So just for
Is it like the key frame? Is that what they mean?
yeah, it's like the key frame. So what they'll do is they'll have here's one pose and then here's the other pose.
Yeah,
And so
and then the
these are the
in-betweeners
key
do
frames. Exactly, and then they'll do that. And so you have the animators that do this, and then you have the assistant in-between animators, and then you have the key cleanup artist leads, which will do this, and then they'll have assistants that will do the in-betweens.
Sure. Yep.
That's at least that's how it used to be done before computers took over everything.
Yeah. And then the fact that they don't want to pay animation and like hand-drawn animation stuff anymore. Yeah, it's all computer. They just need to have a modeler and then the animator. Obviously, there's a few other bits and pieces, but yeah.
Well, the animators still do the same role. They actually find the poses and then they basically act the character out. That's what an animator really does. traditional versus computer graphics is the difference is really you have digital artists now versus traditional artists, and they still need to know how to draw. I'm not taking a dump on digital artists. They are phenomenal artists.
They're still artists. They're still amazing. So. But I guess if they've got the model, the animator can just use the model.
Oh yeah. The model it's a lot easier. It's a lot less labor intensive.
Yeah, less people. I imagine less people involved, but maybe not.
No, really, it is less people. It's more servers. So basically,
you don't need an in-betweener because you can just do your keyframes and then just go, okay, press the button and it creates those in-betweens itself.
That's correct. That's exactly right. People don't really understand the way that animated films are made. It's like they put everything together, then they have entire server centers of it's just a render farm. Just hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of basically server blades processing and rendering it out, and that's what takes it so long to get these things done. So it is not easy by any sense of the word. So anyway, all right,
awesome.
See, so I still have the stretcher here on my thing. Just for you, JBot. This is the stretcher in blue.
Hello, Indie Wrestling Aces just popped in too. So hello.
Oh, hey.
Hail Indie Wrestling Aces. What does that mean?
I'm not quite sure, but
you're asking everyone their deepest personal questions, like, why is your name that?
Yeah.
Independent wrestling stuff on that channel, maybe.
Okay.
And I think it's Edwin Acevedo who does
okay.
I think he does Tales. He's gonna probably get pissed at me because I'm fucking this up. I think he does Tales from the Natverse, the book. So his name's Edwin Acevedo. So Acevedo Aces.
Oh, that's okay. Is that him in Wrestling Aces?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, Edwin. I see your stuff on the Twitters. Oh boy.
Probably like, that's the wrong book, asshole. Sorry.
There aren't too many Edwins out there, so.
It's true.
He actually had with his campaign. He had one of the little wrestling buddies. Like he had a shark wrestling buddy.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty neat.
That's cool. All right, what do we got here? It is 110. 110. All right, gentlemen. What?
It's 3:10 in the afternoon for me. So.
Oh. Well, I live in the real world, not the land of Oz.
Yeah, I'm about to call it anyway, guys, because like I say, we're in the same time zone. It's 1:10. I gotta get up, go to work in the morning. So
that's understandable.
You need to go to bed, JBot.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed. Street lights are on. It's time to go home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Boy,
closing time.
Talk about being an 80s, 90s kid.
Right. I want to thank you guys for coming on by and stuff, man. Hope you all had fun.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the invite.
I've been doing another draw stream. Usually my normal draw streams are Tuesdays just because Mondays there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's why it's like, well, but I don't know. Maybe I should do Monday. Shit, who knows?
That was good.
But if I get on or whatever.
Tomorrow it's harder for me to get on, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to join you. So
cool. I'm glad. Anytime I do a stream like this, I'll just shoot everybody the link. And if you guys can make it, you can make it. So
perfect.
You guys are always welcome.
Fantastic. All right. Have a good one, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. And hockey, have a good afternoon.
Will do. Thanks, mate. Bye, everyone.
Later, guys.
Bye.